Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Oh, yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. Hey, it's too late to try to go contain it. A generation fueled by creation. We live lives on a small screen nation. We control the airwaves, no negotiation. I refuse to think we need saving. Something good will come from creation. And when we think that the world is too anxious, we'll adapt, evolve, survive, and save it. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. Hey, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong.
Oh, look at me. I'm retarded. I'm a globe.
The whole system is designed to disconnect you from your intuition. Why? Disconnected people are easy to manipulate. Everything from sunscreen to politics to the food industry. It's all designed to disconnect and manipulate you. We are in the middle of a war right now, but it's not a traditional war. It's a war on consciousness. It's a war on freedom. This is the time to listen, not to the news. No, your intuition, your gut, your heart. Love is the greatest weapon against darkness. How do you love more? You begin by loving yourself. How do you love yourself? You listen to the messages your body is telling you.
Nobody is coming to save you. Get up. Be your own hero. There's an African legend that says, in a race between a lion and a deer, many times the deer wins. Because the lion runs for food, but the deer runs for life. The moral of the story is this: purpose is more powerful than need. When your why is as strong as your need to breathe, nothing can outrun your will.
Slaves used to work all day, every day, with no pay. But they got free food, water, and shelter. Today, we work all day, nearly every day, and we get paid. But the money we make, we spend on food, water, and shelter. We're still slaves. The only thing that has changed is the illusion of freedom.
I'm jealous knowing we found something so loud of the ordinary. You got me kissing the ground when you say you left.
I'm scared, Dad.
Do you trust me, son?
Yes.
Come on, son. Rule number 1, never trust anybody.
I am struggling extremely with mental health issues, and I am trying to do that whilst being FTFE. And unfortunately, talking to flat earthers is quite painful.
All right. Thank you, Craig.
Wait for me, wait for me.
Stop! Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square. Stop! Don't.
Gravy make a splash like Pippin. Shit, that's nothing. Splash.
I remember when I lost my mind.
Oh, look at there. I'm little now. What the hell? I'm supposed to be all big. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Sovereign Soul Unchained Mind, SSUM 369 on the Rumble channel. And I've got some people already backstage. We're going to have Mikey with us here tonight because there's a star man hanging out backstage. We're going to give some shout outs to some people here in the audience. We got, looks like Roger Ledwell's with us, D-Man, and Janusz has come up from the ashes. We haven't seen him in a little while, so that's good to know that he's okay, I assume. So let me see here who we got so far. We got True Earth Whisperer, Eldon Bean, Brad, and Tasha. One or both, either way, we're glad to have them. We got Spyro Graffiti, Gourdzilla, Edwin Johnson, J.R. Hartley, Marcy Chan's with us here tonight. Midnight Taking, Inscribing, and Achieving. Well, that's an interesting name. I like that. We're good to go. Good to see you here tonight. Got Lisa Marie Tattersall. How you doing, darling? And look at that with her Teddy. That's Teddy. Teddy's the sweetest dog, I swear to God. And we got Gourdzilla. Let's see, we had that. Mikey Smith. There he is. We got him backstage too. Mr. Tahiti. Let's see, Wake Now. I think I pretty much got every Heresy Seed. Saddlebum. Let's see, Jim Anus is here. Spark Sparatio. That's a cool name. Why you guys make names it's hard for me to say? What's up with that? You guys are picking at me. I know it. Wake Now is with us too. Roger Ledwell, of course. We got him. Bulgy Gooch. We got that name cracks me up. Lumpy Gas in a Vacuum. Edwin Johnson. We got a whole bunch of great people in here. It looks like we've got 97 over here on the YouTube side. And what are we doing? It's hard for me to find my Rumble tab. They changed it to the same little logo, but it's all red, white, and blue like a flag now, I guess, for the Charlie Kirk thing. I don't know. Really, a lot of people hung up in their emotions with this shit. You got to get out of that pathos, man. Balance it with the logos. And realize the world is a stage. Things are not what they appear. I mean, looking back now, think about this. When 9/11 happened, many of us were alive, and we all thought, boom, the narrative, what happened was what happened. We were in a state of shock, just like people were with the Charlie Kirk. But as you start to look at it and start to look at the details, their story starts falling apart. And the people that are hooked up in the emotion want to sit there and go, oh, that's insensitive. No, it's not. That's how you drive to the truth, man. What if a detective on a murder scene succumbed to his emotion instead of looking at the logic and the facts? How well do you think that would work out? I don't think very well. Not at all. Without any further ado, I'm going to bring up Janusz, D-Man, Roger, and of course the Starman himself, Mikey. How you doing tonight? And listen, guys, what we're going to do is when Mikey starts to do his presentation, we're just going to kind of like y'all mute up. You know, within reason. If you got a question or something, that's cool. But we're going to give Mikey the floor to do it. And Mikey, from what I understand, I guess you've got some pretty amazing star pictures. Is that what we're here? Tell us what you got here tonight.
Oh, yeah. We've got star pictures and videos. And we're going to move on if we have time. Roger and D-Man have seen my pictures of the firmament. It is very, very easy. I figured out how to do it. And the firmament is 100% confirmed, and I will be wowsing everybody in the stream. That's for sure.
Cool beans, man. Cool beans. You know, I find that a lot of these flat Earth haters, okay, they really touchy about that subject.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They are extremely sensitive about that subject. And I always, you know, of course, if you watch me, you know that I nail them into that every time. I'm like, no, it's axiomatic that you cannot have a fluid pressure. I don't care if some paper you found online telling you gravity's pulling on the air and all this other nonsense. If you don't have any demonstration, if you don't have any scientific proof, then you don't have nothing but a story, babe. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, whatever you want to share, just put it up. You know how to share on this platform?
Yeah. This is just number. Yeah. StreamYard.
Yeah, StreamYard. Yeah.
Yeah. Where's my tab here? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I'm just kind of like, I'm going to run quickly through the P900 and the P1000.
All right.
Because I need to get that out of the air, or allow people to start questioning that filming device that they're using.
All right.
Is not the proper thing to be using at this point in time. And I'll explain why. So we're going to go to, I'm sharing my screen. Yeah, perfect. Okay. Did I click on it right there?
Yeah, I got it up there.
No, okay, cool. I'm just going to run over to my new pictures here. I got a couple new folders here. I've got a lot of stuff here, but I'm going to show the people what's going on quickly with the P1000. Okay, so I'm going to bring up a normal average star that looks like it's supposedly clear in the night. Okay, now this is what the P1000 or the P900 is going to be recording, this blob of colorful light. Okay, and this is why people are assuming that the water above, we know there's water above, but it's above the firmament, not below the firmament. The water below the firmament is here, right here in the oceans.
Right,
okay?
right.
It's the crappy quality of the P1000 that's making this appear like it's in water. Or there's
what do you mean crappy quality? What?
Well, it's the sensor's too small. It's taking this picture and putting it like it's confused. I don't know what the problem is, but I have the P1000. This is from my binoculars. So I'm going to show you a comparison between this and when the stars are actually clear. So this is the star Sirius, okay? And later on, I'm going to show you what Sirius actually looks like. This is Sirius, but it's not clear, okay? So the P1000, the P900, they're focusing on the moisture or whatever's in the air. I like to joke around. It could be cow farts. It could be smoke in the air. It could be anything. We all know there's dew, there's humidity, there's piles of things in the air. And then we got to get through that. That's why we got to get above the moisture, you know. And then I'll just move on to, I got lots here. And then so if you want to get it somewhat clear, here's again, this is a star, but again, it's becoming more clear. Okay.
And this was taken with the P1000?
No, this is with my binoculars.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't want to show, well, I think I have pictures. Do I have any here? I think they're on the other, let me check here quickly. So here, this is what everybody sees with the P1000, okay?
Right.
Yeah, this right here, these lines, and this is one single frame, you know, it's dancing through the air like it's as if you're looking through a flashlight in water. This is not clear. If you want to clarify this as a clear star, then that's your prerogative, I guess. I don't produce that kind of stuff. I kind of ignore that. I could record a star like that any night of the week if I wanted to, but that's not what I want to do. I want to produce clear stars, okay? And when we start doing that, when we start getting things that are clear, this is what the star Sirius looks like. This is the same star on the left and the right. This one on the right hand is the first one that I recorded. And I remember Roger stating to me, or you mentioning to Roger, that you like this one here on the right because this is the magnificent part here. The star is connected. This is part of the firmament here that the star is connected to. This white dot appears in most of the videos and pictures. There's some kind of I don't know how to even say it, like if it's a connection through energy, if it's electrical or what it is. I call this a frequency that's coming out the bottom here. That's my only best way of describing it. And again, you do have all these sharp angles, rigid lines.
In a way, it kind of, I was just thinking, what went through my head was I was thinking about, and this has gone through my head a couple times in the last day.
Yeah.
Of that, remember in the Truman Show?
Yes.
When the stage light fell.
Yeah.
And it said Canis Major on the side.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, it's the dog star. What the hell?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You know, and I'm looking at this thing and I'm like, man, it almost does look like a stage light or something up there.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. And I'm going to show a video too. Like these are screenshots of the videos that I've recorded. These are not just pictures. I don't know how anybody would record a picture like this. This is quite, you'd have to record a video, then move on to the pictures. But this one here is the most defined one I've got. I don't know why this frequency here up on top does not show up here in this video. I'll show you the video of this one here. I don't know why it just shows on the bottom. I'm not sure if the power was down or he forgot to pay the power bill up there. I don't know what the problem was, but
maybe it's phases.
Yeah, it could be in phases, or it's always good to get some other people's perspective on it too, because I'm trying to figure out what I'm recording and how they
see, that's the trouble. That's the thing about the stuff in the sky. Is the best we have is observation.
Yeah.
And then taking what logic we can and place into it. And I try to tell these globetards continuously, things in the sky, I have no place in the realm of science. Okay.
Yeah.
Astronomy is not science. This is why they're all the time fixated on this predicting shit.
Yeah.
That's astrology. Predicts things. Okay.
Oh, sure.
Astronomy is just, what are you looking at? You're just observing the stars and making up stories based on your best guess. After that, there's no more. There's no testing of the hypothesis. There's no, you can observe them, but you can't examine them. You understand?
Exactly.
That's a problem.
Yeah. And so moving on to the other stars that I've got. So all the colorful, bigger, brighter stars in the sky are going to look like the star Sirius. This one here is the star Capella. This is another big, colorful star in the sky, and it twinkles like the star Sirius. There's always going to be this central point to it, and then I would call it I don't even know, ejection point. I don't know, but this circle area here would eject the frequency or whatever you want to call it. And this would be.
Do you think it's possible we could be actually looking at like the visible light within a toroidal field? I mean, it's almost like we're looking at a toroidal field from a like an angled perspective.
Yeah.
About that, how they look. It's like looking like it's over at a 45-degree angle to the left.
Yeah. And that's a good point why you what you just said there. So I'm going to go back to this picture. This picture here on the left was in the east. Okay. This one here was in the west.
Okay.
So you can tell, you put an arc over this, the star would move like this through the sky throughout the night because there's a dome above us. That's why it's slanted like this in the west and this one in the east. And if I could ever time it properly, we'd probably get one straight up and down in the middle at some point in the night,
Do you think that they're fixed within the dome and the dome moves as actually what is moving?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
That's what I think too.
Yeah. And I've got evidence of that. It's easy to prove that. Yeah. So we're going to go over to some less clear stars that I've got. We've got Betelgeuse here. This is what Betelgeuse looks like. At least this point. I'd like to clear this up a little bit more.
Galaga.
Pardon?
It's Galaga. Remember the Galaga video game? That looked just like the little ship that you used to shoot.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, good point. Yeah, see, that's another. Yeah. And this one doesn't twinkle. This is like an energy flow here. Like all the stars are different. Some twinkle, some are like how do you say it? A stationary, like I don't even know. It's
just static light.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Static light, or if you were gonna like send electrical energy through a running tap water type of deal, you know?
Yeah.
And yeah, it's very Polaris is like that too. Polaris doesn't twinkle. I'm going to show some pretty cool Polaris pictures too. I've got a few of those. Let's go over to so we did that one, Capella. So then we've got, I think this is this is again the same star. This is when the frequency goes out, and on the left is when it goes in. So I kind of give you this, you know, in and out type of version, you know. So there's that picture, which is great. And look at these straight angles. Like you can't have this in nature. This has been created, you know. Right. Like somebody like made it out of a level or a ruler, or cut it out with scissors, you know, or a knife or something. It's a lot of straight angles here. And here we can go over to, okay, now where's, I got so many here. So this is Polaris. I have a clearer picture than this. Polaris leans to the right and to the left. I have another picture of both of them together. So I think Polaris, this is a theory of mine that I'm pretty sure of it, actually. I probably can confirm this, that Polaris moves like a spinning top out of
like this, doing one of these numbers on a pivot.
Yeah, when it's losing its momentum, you know, like it'll you know how it wobbles, it starts to wobble, you know, which is absolutely amazing. I have a side by side. That's Betelgeuse. These are mostly all the same.
Maybe it's a dreidel. Dreidel. They don't know it.
Firmament, new star pictures. I think there's some in here, yeah. And then so here's, oh, here we go. Here's a nice clear picture of Polaris. Look at this. Looks like a sword handle or something.
It does.
Like that's, see, now when I get this, I go through my CapCut video editor thing, and I go frame by frame. It's very hard to see this with your naked eye, even watching the video. So I slow it down so you can stretch out that 1 second and, you know, go frame by frame. And that's just how I get these screenshot pictures, you know. And I can even just zoom in, but that's craziness, man.
It looks like a skull with a knife stuck in the back of it.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like.
It does. It does. If you look at the bottom portion of it, where there's the eye sockets and the nose bridge.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There. Oh, I see that now. Yeah. Now that you're putting that out. Yeah. Oh, wow. I can see that face there now. Yeah. Huh. I've never seen that before there. That's good. You pointed it out. Yeah. That's crazy. Wow. And then we can move on. Well, let me go to I'm going to go to a video here because we got to get over the stars. Then I can throw in this, throw this one in here too, because we've got, this is Vega. This is a bad picture of Vega. According to me, it's a bad picture because I like showing a lot clearer, but you can see that there's obviously something happening there in a physical shape there, not just blurriness or whatever you want to
they
call
all
it.
seem to have those little like points that come out out of a square or maybe a cylinder. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I just record it, you know, and it takes, so out of the last almost 3 years, guys, like I've had maybe 4 or 5 clear nights. Okay, that means with no clouds. Okay,
Wow.
there's been no clouds in the sky for 200% of those 5 nights. Okay, but only on those 5 nights that it's been actually clear enough to record the stars. So this is what I mean. Everybody goes out with their P1000 and records the stars thinking that it's clear outside when it's not, you know? And so they give you these blurry, out of focused videos of a star that's with no definition, you know? And this is the so-called planet Venus.
Huh.
Yeah, and I'll show you an actual video of that too. I recorded that like a month ago or so, or whenever it was. At
Those
5.
concentric grooves. It looked like, I don't know, like raised up areas or grooves or something. They're like
Yeah.
concentric up to that little point, and there again with those little points going off at that angle like that.
Yeah, and this one is in a way stationary. Like this looks like this in the video. It's not twinkling. These aren't jumping around like the star is. These are just like the coil on your stove, just sitting there.
It almost looks like you're looking down at like a needle with a bunch of circles around it, almost like an antenna array.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're looking down on it, it's like you're looking down on a tower sticking up with a bunch of circles around it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. I was in awe when I recorded this. I didn't know what to say. I was like, yes, just another one. You know, it takes days, weeks, months to get the perfect star or video. And I'll just run quickly through here. So this is the star Antares. We've got that one. That's the same one. These are just seconds apart from each other. So we got that. All those are the same star.
Wow.
Yeah. And that's about as clear as I could get at that time. Like it looked like a cross kind of, or what would it look like? Yeah, like if you were like I want to say like the flex capacitor in the car. You know,
there you go. Yeah,
back to the Future. That's what it looked like in the video. You know?
Giant plus sign.
Yeah, exactly. And it was moving. It kind of goes, you know, up and down that line type of thing, jumping around. But yeah, hopefully we'll get that even more clear, and that'll really drive me crazy because keep me awake for weeks to think about it. And
Mikey, don't they have like a 3-dimensional look to them though? They really do look like an actual physical object you can grab.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Roger. Yeah. I'm just going to run quickly over Jupiter quickly here, and then we'll go to some videos, and then we'll go to the firmament. So this is Jupiter on the right. I stitched kind of 2 screenshots, pictures together so I can get all of Jupiter's moons in one picture here. But these are Jupiter's moons. I don't know why they look like this, but that's what they are. And again, P1000 is not going to show you that, or the P900.
They're Irish moons.
Yeah, and then so if people want to say, oh, Mike's editing his pictures, or it's chromatic aberration, my camera's out of focus, well, then this would be out of focus, and all of these would be out of focus. You know, we got we got Jupiter and 4 different things on the left, you know, so it should all look the same if it was not correct, you know. And I'm showing you individual stars that are all individually different, you know. They're not representations of each other. I'm not duplicating stars. They're just duplicating themselves. And so I'll just run over. I got my video set up here already. I'll show you here. So this is the first Sirius star video that I recorded, and I got the mute off because so this is the first video. And I can even go frame by frame here to show you the frequency as it's going. So you can go back, see the back and forth there. I like showing how, and see, you can see that circle or the donut area there that it shoots out of. Like this is, yeah, this is amazing stuff. My buddy was out with me, so I have obviously Lightning, who's in the chat. He's my other confirmation. He was with me to confirm that I was recording the star Sirius. And throughout this video, you can see my blue laser here we were confirming that we were actually looking at the star Sirius, because we were pointing my blue laser at the star to confirm what we were looking at there. And yeah, just unbelievable, man.
That's wild looking, man.
Yeah, and again, you can see the straight angles there, like it's literally chiseled out of the sky, you know. And my other thing is, when I'm kind of trying to go into of is what is this? Like, what is this white part? Is this whole star, like, is this white part? I'm trying to figure out a way of saying it. Like, if electricity could be designed that way, to look that way and harness itself that way. You know how lightning kind of scatters all over the place? Mm-hmm. What if we were able to harness the lightning bolt and make it into that shape itself all the time? You know, like, we're talking about the creator here. He can do whatever the heck he wants. You know, this is, I have no other way of explaining it. Other than that, it's either that or it's part of the firmament itself that is dipped down like icicles, you know, melting off your house or something like that.
It almost looks like an electrical arc.
Yeah.
When two things, you take the two jumper cables and slap them off of each other.
Yeah.
That's what it kind of looks like.
Yeah. And then I just want to back it up there so you see if I can get that one spark again.
Minus the spark from the copper, but you get the idea with like an electrical spark.
So you can kind of see it shoot up a little bit, but doesn't go all the way up. On the top there, you can see that it looks like a wedge almost.
I have a theory right quick. This is just me working in the industry and stuff. Capacitors, LEDs, resistors, they all have two leads going in and a center point where the current actually meets. It could be something like that is fluctuating, but the current is actually meeting in the middle, and that's the brightest spot where you would have the most increase in power.
Yeah, exactly. A good point. Yeah,
like an emitter that we're just talking about, like a light emitter, like an LED or a, you know, how it has a flicker to it in a weird way.
I'm just moving the binoculars. I'm just going to go quickly back and grab my video of Venus, which is fantastic. Yeah. And then we'll move on to the firmament. I don't want to be throwing everybody on a loop here. So, yeah, Venus. Here's Venus. It'll take about 20 seconds for me to focus. So now people can say, well, it's out of focus, Mike. Yeah, well, yeah, it is out of focus right now, but just give me 20 seconds and I will put it into focus, and then you'll see exactly what Venus looks like. And again, it's not twinkling like that star was that we were just looking at. So I'm still focusing it and stuff and adjusting the binoculars, and then it comes into focus. There we go. So yeah, when you record Venus with the P1000, people say, well, it looks like the moon. No, it doesn't. It does to your P1000. Yeah, okay, but I would recommend not recording anything with your P1000 unless it's the moon or the sun.
So I put your link. Your link to your channel is in the description to the video tonight.
Yeah, awesome.
I'm going to drop it over in the chat over on Rumble.
Yeah, sounds good, man.
Right there. And so anybody that wants to check that out, Dirty Ketchup is over there. Good to see you. We got Sir Slayer over there too. And 14 watching over there. All right. Sorry to interrupt. Go ahead.
No, not a problem. You do your thing there too. Yeah. So again, when we're looking at this, I'm asking myself like 10 questions already. Why is this not twinkling? You know, this is in a solid state. So is this a solid piece of the star or the firmament? Like, why is there always a coil-ish looking thing?
Mm-hmm.
Or, you know, I don't get that. You know, like
a coil, like waves, even. You know, like
yeah.
Yeah, like something emitting from the
almost
center.
Reminds me, you know, when I was a little kid, my mom carried this thing around in her purse. It was a little round thing. You took the lid off of it, and it would open up like that into a cup.
Yeah.
Plastic cup would be all these little rings. It kind of put me in mind of that for a minute, you know.
Yeah. Some
Saying,
kids,
for all you flat Earth haters and shit out there, I'm not saying that it's a plastic collapsible cup. Okay, I said it put me in mind of it.
Yeah,
so you have to remind these retards that kind of thing from time.
Oh,
to
I
time.
know they'll say anything. These guys, it's it's not a plastic cup. Come on,
I know.
It's just silly.
They're so desperate for something, you know, so desperate.
Oh, yeah, it's absolutely.
So he said it almost looks like a speaker coil.
Yeah, that too.
William McLean.
So yeah, I don't know. I don't want to spend too much on the stars. I think I showed that video. Then I'll go over to the firmament is awesome. I love showing those pictures, but oops, let me go to the playlist here. I think they're all basically, so this is the second. I'm gonna go, let's go right to this is the same star Sirius. Okay, so this is how I got my picture. I think it was at 6 or so. This frame right there. See that? That's where I got my picture from my star shirt, from my shirt and my canvas picture. Literally at 1 second. See that? Pow. See that, how that works?
Wow.
Yeah.
Like
That's what I mean. You got to go frame by frame in order to find this stuff. You know?
That's God's Wi-Fi signal, dude. Look at it. It's just like the little Wi-Fi signals on your phone, isn't it?
I know, exactly. Yeah. Well, it's Sirius XM radio. That's their logo, is the Sirius star.
Wow.
Yeah, that's unbelievable.
They are emitting a frequency. I think they are emitting a frequency.
Yep. The color, if you go by the frequency and put it to a color, it'll tell you what frequency it's emitting by the. If you convert it to color, they have a color band that shows you the frequency chart, and the color goes from a dark to a light color.
Day Trooper says that it's the bat signal. I said, if that's the bat signal, Batman been dead for a long time because that sucker ain't showed up yet, man. We need him. We need him. We got all kinds of crazy nonsense going on that we need taken care of, Batman. Help us out.
Call Commissioner Gordon.
That's it.
Yeah, and see how precise that is? Like it
Just,
like it's just, I don't know. I just can't explain it. It's just, all I do is record it. But again, like I said, it's like, so these pictures, this picture was November 2023. The first time I recorded Sirius was like 6 months before that in April. So that gives you an idea of going out every single day that you think it's clear and only recording the star twice. Okay. You can't just go out and record the stars and just go home and call it quits. It's just, it takes months and months. I think that's about it. And then we'll go over to, I got so many stars there. Some are clear and some aren't, but we'll zip over to the firmament, obviously, which is fantastic to talk about. We've got lots of pictures here. Some of you have seen them. I'm just going to run through some of these quickly and then show the recent ones, which are fantastic. I'll make that bigger. So I'll explain that this is part of the Milky Way. These are actual stars that are side by side. There is no depth to the stars. It's like looking at your popcorn ceiling in your house or in your bedroom. And when you zoom in, you can see that there is some kind of a surface here. I don't know what these craters look the same as the ones on the moon. My tiny theory is that he created the moon from the firmament. That's a theory of mine. And I'd have a side-by-side comparison of these so-called craters here, dimples, whatever you want to call them. And they look exactly the same as the craters on the moon. And we'll get to that picture later on. I'll just run through some of these pictures that are not really clear enough. What I like, here's that star Sirius again with a white dot. These are just two stars that are side by side. They're not really that clear, but you can see that there's two, I guess if you're crossing fingers type of thing. I saw that, and here's just another picture of that. This was the bigger version of what we just saw of the craters. Or again, what D-Man was saying, it looked like, what were you saying the other day? There was like a shadow.
Yeah. Well, it was one of the pictures had a shadow around the light
Yeah.
source. And
That was one. Yeah.
You could see where where one side is lit, and the side behind it where something is like coming up off of the surface that's near the light source was shadowing behind it, and you could see the letter C, like see where the light went around it, and then you could see the C shadow in it. And I was like, that isn't anything. It almost looks like you're looking on like a truck liner bed or a circuit board. That's what it looks like. Yeah, how they all have these lines in between them, like circuits.
Absolutely, yeah. And when I take these pictures, I should mention that I use night shot mode with the Samsung Galaxy phone, so it automatically gathers the light. I do not touch my phone. I have it set up for voice activation, so I don't touch my phone when I take pictures, so it doesn't vibrate the phone or shake it.
Right.
Yeah, and so it comes up with
one little tiny touch will.
Oh,
totally.
sure. Yeah. And these are just these aren't really my good pictures. I'm just kind of running through them. These are obviously, the main point is not looking at the stars here, is what's between the stars. Like I know the stars are kind of fuzzy.
Right. It's almost like little wires on if you had a bunch of LEDs and wanted to connect them together, like on a circuit board or something.
Yeah, like the tracing on the back of a circuit board.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And some of them are really good. We'll come across some that have like these, you can see here, like look at it looks like there's lines, like and look at the box. Like seriously, like who how does this happen? There's a box there, a square.
Maybe those little lines that they have when they show the constellations really are there. I don't know.
Yeah, who knows? Yeah.
Maybe one time they were visible to us more.
Yeah, you never know. Yeah. It looks like, to me, it looks like tadpoles, swimming in the water or something, just all scurrying about, but there's obviously something there. Like this is, and then, so here's another one with these two stars side by side. It looks like there's a line there, like I didn't do that, I just took the picture.
Wow.
But it looks like it's connected with a wire or something.
Hey, Mikey, you ever think about using like infrared when you take some of these sometimes?
Yeah, no, that'd be a good idea to do too. Oops, I've seen that one. Yeah, and then here's so this is not dust or fog on my lens or the binoculars or anything. This was in the sky, in the firmament, whatever you want to call it. This was there. It wasn't moving. It's just there. I don't know what it is. But again, here's another one of those box looking things. You can see these like ridges or these lines, creases, crinkles, whatever you want to call them. You can see a big long one here. And then here's the crazy. I love this. This is the craziest one ever here. Look at this. It looks like there's three-dimensional box here. You see that? Or square here. And then it looks like it repeats itself and then repeats itself.
It's the Borg. That's the Borg mothership right there.
Yeah. Oh, it's just crazy. I mean, it looks like there's like, because like these darker spots here, it looks like it's further in. Like if you were walking. Oops. Oh, where am I going here? Yikes. Never done that before. Yeah, this is the picture. Yeah, like these like it's darker, so it's obviously shadowed by something, like a pothole in the street type of deal, like these black areas here.
Yeah, like the lower areas. They're sunk.
Yeah, they're sunken. Yeah, into the firmament or something or whatever. But that's just the moon. This is just some different picture. You can see that there's obviously something else in between the stars here. And then again, these brighter stars here with color around them, my assumption is that they're obviously going to look like the star Sirius because there's color, so they're going to look like that frequency, that coil or whatever. These other ones, these white ones, these smaller ones, I don't know what they are, but I know they're stars, but I wouldn't have a clue what they look like. They're just going to be their own thing. And again, like I showed you, there's no depth. All these stars are side by side. They're not further into the screen, because obviously there's a surface here that's preventing them from going that way. And here's another picture here with another square. And just some more, looks like connections. I don't know what's going on, but again, this is with my older binoculars, so hopefully I can get some of this a lot clearer with my new ones. Yeah, these boxes really drive my brain nuts. Lots to think about.
It does. It's very thought-provoking. Very, very thought-provoking.
Oh, sure. And then so we've got this star and then this ridge. Now you can see that it's being lit up by obviously this star or maybe whatever else is coming this direction, and this is being lit up, like it's I don't know, man. There's a surface there.
There's a texturing to that surface too.
Yeah.
It's got a texture to it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Here's the side by side. So here's the moon on the right and then the firmament on the left, or whatever you want to call it. You got these craters with the half crescent shape shadows, and you got the shadows here with the half crescent shapes here too. Exactly the same thing.
One thing comes to mind. The thing which we know about the world, we know jack shit about the world.
Yeah, I know.
Where we live
in. Yeah, no, we know nothing. Absolutely nothing.
So, Mikey, you want to get a good shot of the lander and the flag next time you're out looking at the moon?
yeah, exactly.
That would be handy.
Yeah. I'm just gonna go over to some new.
That little buggy's still up there too.
Yeah, supposedly. So yeah, after this one, I'll run through a few pictures here, and then I'll show you what I do with my car after, because nobody knows what I do with my car for activism. But we'll run through some of these. These are just random pictures. I have better ones than these. Where's the other one? Yeah, so I like zooming in, and obviously you can see, and the thing is, when you're outside and you're taking pictures of trees or houses in the distance, you're taking pictures of houses, but you would see something in the distance, the field or another house or a yard, but there'd be you wouldn't be taking pictures of a surface beside the house. Like if all these stars were houses, why are you taking a picture of something in between the house?
Right. What's in that space?
Yeah, it's just crazy.
Well, I'm sure these globetards will come up with some fucking reason.
Oh, well, what Brenda was saying, it's space dust. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about?
That's the picture that you showed, Mike. That big color, and that C shape. There it is, right there, Soph.
Yeah.
See how you can see the shadow of it, like almost like something's a ridge up, and on one side it's lit, and on one side it's shadowed, and you can see it's like a C shape. That one got me, because when you look at it, you realize that that's something physical for it to make that shadow.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
That isn't just an infinite nothing.
No, infinite nothing created atheists.
How are they going to get that giant space dookie to get through that?
Yeah.
The one that's supposed to come with the aliens on it. I guess the Anunnaki Jew lizards from the Bureau are on their way. On a great big, looks like a giant space turd. What's happening, Ross?
What up, Sav? What up, everybody?
Hey, everybody.
Is this that Apophis? Is that what this thing?
No, there's some other thing. What are they calling it? AL something. What the hell? There's got to be a post on it here somewhere.
Yeah, some people that I follow that do like remote viewing and stuff have picked up that there is some type of life form on these things.
Might be life form.
Yeah, there's like beings, but not from our realm that are they've said that the one, I think the Apophis is some type of a observation craft that will probably have other crafts that are right there with it, but yeah,
Are you starting to get into the spacemen coming from outer space again?
Well, see, I've always thought it was ridiculous that flat earthers say space is fake. Like that's where I.
Of course it is. Why would you get the idea that there's an infinite void out there? Where would that come from? Other than
I don't necessarily buy their story on it, but at the end of the day, that doesn't mean I just don't throw out the whole concept that there are, outer worldly things like that are, that I see our realm as a semi-permeable membrane that that is it's not that it can be passed through, that you can leave this place and other ships and things can come and go into it as well.
So you think that when you look out there, you're looking at like an emptiness? I believe it's some type of like a water type like I was just swimming in the river before I came on here, and I swam down to the bottom of the river, and it felt like, and when I looked up at the sun and closed my eyes in the river, like it just felt like I was floating in space in itself. And you look at how boats leave that trail behind, and then it's very similar to what you see airplanes do up there. And so like I don't rule it out because I've never been there, and so I don't know. I know they lied to us about it, but I don't discontinue that that these other planets are definitely something. There's energy attached to them. There's power when they align, and also with our astrological charts when we're born.
But why are you assuming there are planets?
Whatever they are, they're I think they're other realms, honestly. Like I think they're other like dimensional realms where like you can exist there like you can exist here. And then there's even other ones that we don't necessarily, that in other galaxies and realms. Like there's no reason why there can't be.
Well, there would be actually.
There wouldn't, because like that's one of the biggest parts where I think like that part of flat Earth is a psyop, and that's part of getting people to throw out the whole concept of space.
Well, the whole concept of space violates. You realize that it completely violates physical and natural law.
Well, that's because it's out of our world. It's not like something. Our laws are set to our realm, but then once you exit our realm, then there's whole new laws and different physics and things that would apply based on the principles of the environment in which it exists.
Hey, Rasta, are you watching the live stream?
I am watching the live stream.
With your own eyes or somebody else's?
With mine. Why?
Well, I'm showing you pictures of the firmament. Okay, Space does not exist. I'm showing you stars and videos of stars and pictures that do not correlate with the narrative that your fantasy space agencies tell you about.
And see, that's where let me stop you for a second, because like that's where like you're showing me videos, yes, of possible firmament and of stars and stuff, and I agree that the space agencies don't tell us the truth on that stuff. However,
exactly,
that doesn't mean that it's not something else. And just because you can see a firmament doesn't mean that you've ever touched the firmament and seen if it's a permeable membrane or semi-permeable, or if it's solid, if we can't escape it. It's just like something's holding the sun and the moon up there.
Well, where does it say that God created a bunch of aliens and shit?
Well, where does it say a lot of things in the Bible? You know, there's a lot of things that they might leave out, but you know, like
well,
there's
it's
the
pretty
Apocrypha.
clear. It's pretty clear that he made this creation.
He did.
And this is the center of the universe, so it wouldn't even be feasible to have
we as a human being, honestly, are the center of the universe. Our mind is the actual universe.
The earth is actually the earth is the center.
Everything,
the earth.
Everything on the earth is a manifestation of our mind and our existence.
All right. Now you're
if you want to go to Bible, go to the Ethiopian Bible, and you will find nothing about the different planets or whatever, nothing like that. So there's firmament. That's it. Water above, nothing else.
Hey, D-Man, have you ever seen that video of mine with the moon and that worm thing jumping out of it?
No, I haven't.
That's a good look, dude. You should watch it.
Yeah, that's good.
Anyway,
That's good. That's good. You're sitting down. I'm going to show you it.
I just wanted to jump on and say hi, though. I got to go. I haven't been on in a minute. Been enjoying all your breakdowns of the Charlie Kirk and all that.
Yeah, we'll get into that here in just a little bit. There's some more shit on there that's really quite sus.
It's so ridiculous, and it's such a honeypot. You know, on all, I think it's like an intelligence gathering operation. I do think that it's part of the Q thing, because the Q is a military operation, and so therefore they have control of the media and all the everything else, and so it's like, similar to what they've done on the opposite side of the political spectrum. It's like both sides are equally just dumb and gullible and ignorant, and it's really sad. And it's fascinating how many, they could show you every inconsistency and people will still bite it hook, line, and sinker. Yeah. And it's so crazy that, now they're calling for hate speech and all these things because, you can't have an opinion on it. Like, I'm not for celebrating it like some people do. But if people wanted to have a party in the streets and celebrate it here in our country, they should be able to do that because that's their, First Amendment right. It's sick. It's a reflection of their character and their, their where their soul resonates. But at the end of the day, they should be able to do that. And that's all I have to say about that. But
so do you want to go ahead and continue then, Mikey?
Yeah, I just wanted to run over this quickly. So I recorded this many years ago when I pointed my laser at the moon. This thing here jumps off the moon, this white thing. And in this video, you can see that there's more of these squiggly things here. 1, 2, 3. You can see them all along the line edge of the moon here. All these coil-looking things. And it literally jumps off the moon. And this is not the original video. I recorded this on my phone. So this thing in the original video comes flying through the screen and loops back around to the bottom left-hand corner. So there is some kind of intelligence to it, if you want to call it that, because it makes a boomerang effect. Comes out here and then hooks a hard left or right, whatever direction when you call it, to the bottom left-hand corner of the screen on the original version of this. Because you can see it just keeps going. You can kind of see it right here still. Right there. You can kind of still see it, and it keeps flying all the way out over to here. In the original video. And like I said, see, it looks like a pair of headphones there. And it just, poof, jumps right off. I have no idea what that is. And the thing is, you see, that blue light is when I was pointing my laser at it. So again, another theory is if I was pointing my laser at the moon and that thing jumped off the moon, why did it jump off at the point of time when I was pointing my laser at the moon? Does it know that I was pointing it at the moon? I'm very confused about this.
Yeah, it's
Oh, it's just a seagull. Come on.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
seagull.
Seagull. Yeah, seagull.
Call it whatever. It was an unladen African swallow. That's what it was.
So yeah, I think I'm about finished there. You guys can chamber on. How do I?
Right on. Well, that's pretty interesting, man. That's pretty interesting. That's crazy. You look at it in a different way with that. Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh,
And what
sure.
kind of-
And I've got my binoculars beside me there. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, when I've looked at them, like with my video camera, I've like zoomed in on a star, and what it looks like is like this,
Yeah,
with a rounded top, kind of like a Spec 4
Okay.
chevron, you know,
Yeah.
like that. Now, I don't know what the hell that's about, but
Yeah, this is the piece of art, like my canvas here, that I'm trying to get into an art gallery. So I sell these on my site. I got a T-shirt that on there too. So, but that's pretty cool. So, trying to get that into the art galleries. But yeah, other than that, you guys can mosey on, chit chat or whatever. Yeah.
right on. Yeah, that's it. That's really cool. I'm glad you brought that to our attention. I hope a lot of people have got questions. We put the link to Mikey's channel is in the description of the video, and I also put it in the chat. So if anybody wants to go over and subscribe to Mikey and check out his work, and be much appreciated. Help a brother
Yeah,
out.
and I'll ask any questions too if they have any. Would be
Yeah, yeah.
fantastic. Yeah.
100%. 100%. Man,
Roger,
what do you guys?
later.
We'll go around. Roger, what's your thoughts on it?
Hold on just 1 second.
No.
I'll jump in this.
It's fine. The thoughts on Mikey's work? Oh, I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting shit.
Sorry.
Pretty interesting. D-Man, what do you think? What do you think, man?
I've seen it on Roger's channel a couple times. I love Mikey's photos, especially those ones with the textured ones in the back where you can kind of see the shadowing and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I think that just shows you that there's other things there. I mean, you know, it's theory, but I mean, you know, those pictures kind of speak for itself. You're not going to get light and shadow on something that isn't there. So, you know, that's my kind of thinking with it. When I see those, I see texturing in them, almost like a circuit board.
Yeah, yeah.
Crazy, man.
I couldn't imagine if we had like freaking 30 grand to blow on some friggin' crazy thing and to be able to look at that stuff in insane resolutions and all kinds of, you know.
Well, you know that they know what's up there.
Yeah.
They're just not telling us, man. That's the thing.
I mean, if it was an infinite nothing and there was no barrier there, why would they even launch missiles up at it or try to hit it with
Operation Fishbowl,
Yeah, because it wouldn't make sense. If they knew that and you could look and see that there was nothing there, then why would you have to shoot anything at it? You know, that was why they called it fishbowl.
Yeah. Under Operation Dominic, which means of the Lord.
Yeah. No, from my perspective, maybe we should take under consideration that I think majority of us over here, we are concerned and we know that we are in the end times. So maybe, I'm saying maybe, the veil between worlds becomes thinner and we can see more, because before we couldn't see those things and now we're starting seeing them. So maybe that's the case.
Janusz, that could explain why they're spraying so much shit in the air and doing all kinds of light things to try to pull the light down so you can't see, or try to muck up the sky so that you can't see.
Yeah,
that's possible. Yes, I agree with you.
Well, I got a little bit of shit for some levity for you here tonight, real quick. You ever see those idiots on some of these videos? They get pissed off because somebody's filming, so their whole thing is to film somebody back.
Yeah.
Right? This one, you're going to get a great kick out of this.
You can't film me as they're filming you.
Bro, this guy's so pissed right now.
Yeah, you like when I'm filming you, right? It's not fun, huh?
Bro.
It's not fucking fun, huh?
You're not even,
stay back.
You're not even filming me.
Yes, I fucking am.
Look at the camera.
Yes, I am fucking filming you. Don't you fucking go nowhere. The police, 911 has been called.
Check again, you're not filming me.
You're a jackass. I am filming you. Yes, you're not going anywhere.
Bro, this guy's so pissed right now.
Yeah, you like when I'm...
So when he turned the camera back around, of course, he saw himself on the screen, but then he turns it back around. He said, I am too filming you, and it's just him. I was like, what a fucking idiot, boy.
What's his shirt say?
You know, it's like in this joke, because during the communist system in Poland, we always were laughing about the militia, police, yes? It was militia. So two of them, they find the mirror, you know, first he's looking at the mirror, and he first says, you know what? I know from somewhere this guy on this picture. Show me that. He's giving him a mirror. Guy is looking into it. You fucking kidding me? It's me.
Can I point something out?
His shirt says, I'm not drunk enough to date you.
Oh man. Sometimes you find the special ones.
Well, I'll tell you what, there's a few of them out there too. I'll tell you what. And they're the ones that are going to buy right into all this horse shit about this Charlie Kirk thing. My God, as the days go by, it just stinks worse and worse and worse and worse all the time. I mean, and you know what? I don't think it's so much that, oh man, we're really onto these false flags and shit. I think they're making it really painfully obvious.
Mm-hmm.
I really do. I think they're making it painfully obvious. They want us to know that there's some bullshit going on. They really do. But you got to watch how they run the psyops within the psyops. Okay, so here's this thing, and we presume that Charlie Kirk is shot. I've got some video. I'm probably not going to show it, but I'm going to put the link down for you people to look at here later as I get to it. But from this one angle, when he leans forward, you can see there's something down here under his shirt, like a blood pack.
Yeah.
And the way that when he gets supposedly shot, it comes right up out of that exact area of his shirt. Now, the people that were viewing it from front on said that he got hit in the chest and they saw a blood spot. That's not what we saw on camera. And it's kind of different from each one of these angles, which indicates to me that I think it was a mixture of CGI with, you know, special effects like that, a blood pack, a squib, what they call, because a 30-06 would have ripped through there. It would have been really devastating to him. And they've cleared up the whole site. They never recovered any bullet. I mean, what the fuck are they doing? They immediately started cleaning up the booth and shit. Like, as soon as they took Charlie Kirk away, there was a camera mounted in that tent right behind him, and the guy just comes up and takes it away. Some random dude. I'm like, what in the fuck is going on here? But none of this shit is adding up.
These connections keep getting...
Oops, my bad.
These connections keep getting weirder and weirder. So right at the end of this press conference where Kash Patel announces that they caught Charlie Kirk's killer, Tyler Robinson, Kash Patel ends it with Charlie Kirk, I'll see you in Valhalla.
Lastly, to my friend Charlie Kirk, rest now, brother. We have the watch, and I'll see you in Valhalla.
Now, what's interesting is that one of the pictures that they put out of Tyler Robinson shows Tyler Robinson in his bedroom next to his computer. On the computer is a picture of an island. That island is called Goat Island, and it's located in New Zealand that has a retreat called Valhalla. Isn't that weird? That's just weird. These connections keep.
I've also heard that they have a thing that they call Valhalla or witness relocation.
And so have you've seen the coffin one, right?
Yeah,
So those
yeah.
hands look like they're like Halloween fake arms or something.
Yep.
Latex. You're like latex or mannequin hands or something.
And
Yeah,
the fingers of his wife, 33. It's just all over the place. The symbolism everywhere.
Oh yeah, and and that's what I say. They're making this painfully freaking obvious. Okay.
Yeah,
and they're making the Israel connection painfully freaking obvious, I think, too. Why? What are they trying to foment? Because you've got like Trump is acting really fucking crazy here the last day or two. Really crazy, threatening reporters, just talk, and Pam Bondi coming out talking about locking people up for hate speech and shit, and trying to use some obscure, twisted.
I think they might bring soon Project Bluebeam, maybe because Rapture will happen. That's my assumption. So they will bring Project Bluebeam. They will explain that the aliens.
What, Rapture?
Yeah.
I don't think there's going to be no Rapture. I don't
know.
I don't think everybody's just going to start flying up to heaven. That don't make any sense.
Anyway, what I say is that probably they will bring aliens, so-called, and they create global alliance to create real new world order, one government. So and they want to bring Antichrist. So they want to say the Antichrist is Jesus coming back to Earth, and it will be fake Jesus, of course. That might be the case.
Maybe. I don't know, man. They're really wanting to make this obvious. They really are.
I've seen as well one video where a guy took the video of the right hand side of the Charlie Kirk. There was like a black dot on his head. He said
the F on his shirt fucking disappeared too, where it said freedom. It just completely disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, wait a minute.
It's a lot of inconsistencies in the videos, in everything what they show. So anyway, what this guy was saying is that maybe that was really shot wound to the head, and that's why the blood spilled so much, because it was exit wound, because it ripped out the chest. Or maybe it was the Hollywood prop.
It was a Hollywood prop. Nobody got any blood on them, not on their clothes, nothing, just carrying this guy out. No blood trail, none whatsoever. They carry his coffin at this angle, right? And then the excuse they made for it was the most ridiculous shit I've ever heard in my life. And I'll be showing you that here in a minute too. But I mean, this is fucking insane. Now they've uncovered a thing where the FBI was targeting right-wing groups like Charlie Kirk's.
Now the thing, that the America cannot be taken from the outside. It has to be taken from the inside.
They're doing it. They've already done it. They've already fucking done it.
I know, but they want to make a civil war between the people. So that's why I think I think 1 day or 2 days before, they shown that the black guy was stabbed the woman in the supposedly.
And I don't think that was real either. You know what? I don't think that was real neither.
Me neither, to be honest.
No, and there's a reason they want us to see it. Think about this. Every other time some shit like this goes down, they scrub it off of the internet because it's offensive, or they put a blur thing over it saying caution, this is disturbing images, or some shit like that, right? Not this. This is out there everywhere for everybody to see. They want people to see this shit because they want people to get enraged and go along with the narrative that they're selling, that is, oh, it's a good reason for Donald Trump to be putting military into these cities. Look at the shit that's going on. Look at these leftist wackos assassinating people. And these yeah. I wonder if Brenda's part of Tran Tifa. I don't know. We'll have to look into it. It sounds. This is about this other thing.
We also found out, specifically from Chuck Grassley, that an FBI whistleblower came to him and revealed an FBI project called Arctic Thrust that targeted groups like Charlie Kirk's TPUSA. This is a bombshell, and this is not a surprise here. I mean, we saw what happened with Roger Stone, with James O'Keefe, both friends of mine, raided by the FBI. Why were journalists and pundits and political consultants raided by the FBI? You think they weren't watching the TPUSA? You think they weren't watching Charlie Kirk investigating him, trying to figure out anything he has done illegally in order to stop him, in order to target him, in order to get rid of the #1 grassroots organization that was organizing young people around this country to be more right-wing and Republican and have more Christian values? You think they weren't when they were going after parent-teacher school conferences? They were going after pro-life activists? They were going after anyone with any type of impact in society. And it wouldn't surprise me if we were even in this Arctic Thrust type of operation. Now, this is the disappointing part with Kash Patel and Pam Bondi. Go after these people. Clearly, they violated their positions of power. They're still working at the FBI. They still probably will be working at the FBI if Donald Trump leaves office or if you guys leave office. Fire them! Hold them accountable. Clearly, they violated the law. They went after people because of their political thoughts and ideology, which are...
Okay, so now we don't even need to see the rest of that. Luke Rudowski, of course, is controlled opposition.
He's from Poland. Yeah.
Change has been part of that shit for a long time. Okay.
Question. Let me interrupt you. How you can become fucking from the anarchist, become the supporter of Trump?
Right.
How the fucking it can happen? It cannot.
Well, I met him in 2010.
Back in the time, he was a different guy.
Yeah, I met him. He was at Bilderberg too. He was at Bilderberg. Mark Dice was there. Bunch of these guys. And yeah, I've watched it. And, well, Rudowski, what do you think? Polish Jew.
Yep, that's my take on him as well.
Yeah, here's Trump. He's been a real ass. There was a reporter asked him, said, should a president in office be engaged in so much business activity? And then Trump says, where are you from? Reporter says, Australia. Trump says, you are hurting Australia very much right now. I will tell you about this to your leader. And the reporter says, excuse me. And Trump says, be quiet. What the fuck do you think he is? Listen to this fucking idiot.
Well, I'm really not. My kids are running the business. I'm here. You know what the activity, where are you from? I'm from the Australian Broadcasting Corporation, Four Corners Program. Well, the Australians, you're hurting Australia, right? In my opinion, you are hurting Australia very much right now. And they want to get along with me. You know, your leader is coming over to see me very soon. I'm going to tell him about you. You set a very bad tone. Well, go ahead, John. Maybe you can set a nicer tone. Quiet. Mr. President, what do you think? A president in office.
He got his question out and he didn't answer it, and then that was his way of just snuffing him for not answering it. That's all.
Another point about the Mark Dice, he has around 2 million followers, and he was saying that during the shooting, Charlie Kirk shooting, he had the bulletproof vest, and the bullet bounced from the vest.
No,
he didn't have it.
I got a picture of him sitting there.
Yeah.
You can clearly see his nipple right through the t-shirt.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
So he's as well controlled position 100%. I'm saying that since many years.
These people get caught up in the fucking emotion of it to the point where they want it to be real so they can still feel bad and mourn. I'm serious. You run into this fucking shit. And people get so caught up in the emotion, in the wave of emotion, that they're orchestrating on you. Let's look at it realistically. There ain't nobody here that knows Charlie Kirk. Nobody here ever knew him. Nobody here ever knew his wife. Okay? You don't really have any vested relationship with him. Yes, it's sad when anybody gets killed and if it happens, and for such a thing. Okay? But you can clearly see that this is being done for a purpose. Now, the interesting thing, you know about the book that came out, right? The book that came out that published the day before,
Yes,
on September the 9th. In that book, in the excerpts to it, it has him surviving. And that he went on to continue his speaking tours because he wasn't going to let something like that hinder free speech. So did they change the narrative? What was supposed to go on, midstream, maybe even unbeknownst to him? Maybe he was going to do this as like a publicity thing to get himself bigger, and they used it as an opportunity to take the character out because he was talking shit about Israel. I don't know. Or maybe him talking shit about Israel is part of the game too. Part of the whole script.
But he was saying that he's supporting Israel. He stands for Israel, but he was exposing them. So he doesn't add up.
Well, he was for the longest time. He was groomed by Israel.
Yeah.
And
I posted
about
the video.
The last 3 months, he started waking up. In fact, it was worrying him so bad that they had this big meeting trying to get him to go give him, what was I think, $15 million for his TPUSA, and he turned it down. And then Netanyahu called, the Jewish lobby was wanting to give him that so they could own him. He turned it down. Then Netanyahu asked him to come over to Israel for a, re-education, and he turned that down too. I don't know, man. I know people still haven't been distracted enough from the shit. This was on Windsor Castle. 3 people got arrested, but they projected this up on Windsor Castle prior to Trump's visit. I guess he's going there tomorrow or sometime this week.
But Trump is making Israel great again.
Dude, this is nuts. People are putting that on Windsor Castle. They arrested 3 people for it. Here he is talking. Here he was talking about wanting to have Pam Bondi lock up the Code Pink people that were asking him and shit about Palestine in that restaurant the other day. Remember that? And he's talking about going to get Pam Bondi to look into him to get him locked up.
And a woman, in many cases, women, you can see they're professional agitators. I had one the other night. I had 4 the other night, all in one group, total phonies. I started to scream when I got into a restaurant, something with Palestine. And I said, well, I'm doing a great job for peace in the Middle East. I should get lots of awards for that, right? With the Abraham Accords and everything else. But a woman just stood up and started screaming. And she got booed out of the place, too. There were a lot of people in the restaurant. I went there to show how safe, and it was safe. I mean, the woman is just a mouthpiece. All she was a paid agitator. And you have a lot of them. And I've asked Pam to look into that in terms of RICO, bringing RICO cases against it, criminal RICO, because they should be put in jail. What they're doing to this country is really subversive. Yeah.
Redressing their government. Redressing their government for its actions is dangerous. See, look at here. You don't go along with the narrative. You talk out about it. You're going to get Pam Bondi on you. See,
regress the government is great, but only when follows with lead.
Listen, government is the devil. Any form of statism. I don't care what it is. Here they're going to they put a resolution in to designate October 14th as National Day of Remembrance for Charlie Kirk. That's his birthday. I mean,
1 day for Charlie Kirk, 1 day for the Patriots, but full month for the LGBTQ crap.
Oh yeah, and Martin and Black History and
Yep.
Hey, Sav, I think I'm going to jump off here, buddy. But thank you very much.
All right, Mikey. Thanks for coming on.
Good to see you, Mike.
Yeah,
that
good
was
to see you, man.
really good information. Hope you get you some more subscribers and some people
Yeah.
if they got questions. I'm sure they'll be asking. Come on
Yeah.
back anytime, buddy.
Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, thanks for having me. Hope you
All
have a good-
right.
Peace out, guys. Take it easy.
Good info. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, no problem. Oh, how do I get out of here?
I love his picture stuff. I've seen him on Raj. He's been on Rogers 2 or 3 times, and every time he goes on, I always check out the pictures, man. Wild looking.
How you even know that Charlie Kirk was there? I just posted the video. It's like 3 minutes. You don't need to see it fully. But this technology was available 16 years ago. So how the fuck you can be sure that he was there?
Well, yeah. Here's another thing too. He sold his house back in
Oh, I didn't know
January.
that.
He sold his house in January. There's no record of the house he and his wife had in Scottsdale, or was it Flagstaff? I think it's Scottsdale. And there's no record of him buying another house. So where the fuck were these people even living during this time? Let me see what this is here real quick. Dun, 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 dun.
Preparation maybe for the event. Who the fuck knows?
Yeah.
This thing's taking a minute to come up. Oh, it's RB Truth. Is this got?
Yeah.
Hang on. And this is about what now?
Yeah, Russian video.
All right, it doesn't show the guy getting shot, right?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah,
This video is just technology.
All right, hang on.
I don't think you can do the blood. I think that's the. Because
Yeah,
I've seen they're getting real. What do you call it on that now?
Well, yeah, as soon as people start showing the fakiness of it, then they're going to start putting the harsh on it. Say,
Yep.
I got
Oh, no, this is not Russian video. It's a different guy. It's a tracker. It's a tracker, bound tracker. I can't remember his channel name.
This is not the video?
That's the video, but it's not Russian video.
Is this the video you wanted me to show you? Or
Yes,
not?
yes.
Here's something to think about right here. I saw a slow down video. It's actually been removed now, where glitches. We all know that the ring glitched from the ring finger to the pinky, correct? Okay, well, that doesn't happen in real life, but check this out right here. This was 16 years ago. If they could do this 16 years ago, what do you think they can do now?
Election Center, excuse me, right now. I want you to watch what we're about to do because you've never seen anything like this on television.
Hi, Wolf.
All right, big round of applause. We did it. There she is, Jessica Yellen. I know you're in Chicago, but we've done something, a hologram. We beamed you in.
Beam me up, Scotty. Kirk, Charlie Kirk, beam me up, Scotty.
Lord.
They're telling people what they're doing. 16 years ago.
You in here.
Hi, Wolf.
All right, big round of applause. We did it. There she is, Jessica Yellen. I know you're in Chicago, but we've done something, a hologram. We beamed you in. We beamed you in here into the scene.
See, they're adding the little glowing outline around the edge because they're wanting people to think that they're just rolling this technology out. They don't want it to look too real, if you know what I mean.
Election Center. I want to talk to you as I would normally be talking to you if you were really face to face with me. I know you're at least 1,000 miles away, but it looks like you're right here. Tell us what's going on in Chicago right now.
Well, there are massive crowds gathered outside here, as you just saw. 65,000 ticketed people are going to.
Think about how quick technology advances. 16 years ago, it looks like this.
Be let in, but as many as 1 million are expected.
You can't tell me.
That's a lot of people.
That's not what they did here. I mean, you saw the glitch on the ring switching fingers. You saw the glitch in Trump's speech afterwards. I'm just saying, guys, things aren't what they appear. Just because you see something on television. I mean, look at 9/11, CGI with the planes. I'm just still kind of shocked that so many people got triggered by this, especially like in our community. But honestly, I hope we all can come together because whether it was CGI staged or real, we all know what's coming next with the Charlie Kirk Act and all the laws. It's just like after 9/11, they brought in the Department of Homeland Security, the Patriot Act. I mean, it was going to happen whether it was staged, false flag, real. But we all know they orchestrate everything. William Shakespeare, all the world's indeed a stage. But I I just wanted to share the hologram real quick.
Million are expected to be
watching all of this. They might be watching us right now on their own monitors, wherever they are.
All part of the lion signs and wonders.
Wow. Yeah. See, that's the thing, though. You'd have to really have it pretty advanced.
I've got one that can
to have a body that they could pick up and be carrying. Now, I'm also on the camp that perhaps what we saw in those videos is not necessarily what the people there saw, because these eyewitnesses say that he was hit in the chest and they saw the blood. But everybody on the video saw something different.
Yeah.
So perhaps the video that was released was not really filmed. You know, I mean, it was an AI rendering from the event that we saw, and what they saw was a theatrics that the special effects were much different than what we saw in the video. That's all.
I wouldn't be surprised. Anything's possible nowadays.
Because you remember the eyewitnesses were talking about he got hit in the chest and you saw blood there. Well, that's not what I saw. I saw blood fly here.
Yep.
I saw blood fly here like this. Not this and then collateral afterwards. I saw this like that, indicating that the shot came from another direction. Now people would say, oh, it deflected off his bulletproof vest. He wasn't wearing one.
There was none, exactly.
I mean,
my guys was pushing this agenda.
So that doesn't fly either.
So there is some people in the world that think that at some point we were in the black and white era.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, yeah. Seen that.
So look at this here. This is the site where it happened already.
Okay, here's kind of the angle here at Losi Center, there at the Student Union, kind of coming from this way, shooting downward angle. I just talked to these gentlemen who were here at that time. They said really hard to place the shot. It was banging around. But you can see here that there is some approaches up there. There was a video out there that showed a flash. So we don't have all that data. But interesting how it's been sort of concreted over. And, you know, we're...
Now, this is great. This guy's out here looking at the site and everything else like that. But you see what's going on. This is grassy knoll. I saw a flash from the bushes. Blah, 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 from like the Kennedy assassination, right? Okay. But in this case, you got everybody arguing about where the shooter came from. Who was the shooter? We see a guy running with a pistol in the crowd. We see another guy, looks like he puts a gun up under his arm and shoots Charlie. And we see another guy in the crowd. He's doing something. And we see these guys. This is all to keep you on the track that somebody actually got shot.
Yes.
Okay? Because you're not even looking at that. You're taking that as a foregone conclusion. Now you're trying to find the real shooter. And of course, the fucking Patsy guy's story is stupid. They want you to see the holes in it, damn it. They want you to see the holes in it. So you'll keep arguing about, well, who was the real shooter? Oh, my God, the FBI was involved. So they had a Operation Frostbite or whatever the fuck it was called. Oh, no, it was the CIA. No, it was Israel. Oh, my God, they were all working together. Dude, no one was shot. Okay? We've not heard from any attending physician, nobody that was there at the hospital, no bystanders that were around at the hospital in the emergency room when they took him in there. In fact, I don't even know if there was enough time to take him to a fucking emergency room. Pronounce him dead, do all the paperwork, chuck his ass in a box, and put him on Air Force 2 to take him out of the state. Before any fucking investigation, no autopsy, no, tracking the bullet wound, none of that. It's just, oh, Charlie Kirk's dead. Everybody fucking freak out and cry. You guys over here on the left, you start cheering and making videos and stuff. Over here, you guys over here on the right, you guys start getting mad about it. And it's like this little fucking orchestra they do for you. And most of the people fall for the shit.
The world is a stage.
My God. Yes, it is.
Having a lot of improvements. It kind of reminds me of the Canfield 4 in a way. But walking back this way, it just seems a lot farther than on television. On TV, that's a real close shot where that first guy is on that first stair. It's a real close shot. And Charlie going from the left to the right would also go along with that. If you go up here to the Losi Center, it's all the way over there. I mean, that's a much longer shot than I guess a much longer shot than I thought of when I saw it on television. So that's the report here from UVU. The other thing that everyone's ignoring is, how did he get the gun? If there was people who were on the Discord with him trying to get him the gun, to pick up the gun, that's called a gun drop. That's really super critical information. They left that totally out of today's, left that totally out. Plus, if there's a spent chamber, there's a spent bullet in the chamber, how did it get back in the magazine? How did he disassemble the gun without a screwdriver? All these questions. So we got a lot of questions to answer yet as we roll forward here in at UVU, Utah Valley University.
What the fuck, man?
Okay, here's.
That makes you think. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely a steerable thing. I mean, you can see how cheesy it is. So it's not like they're they're just bad at it. It's almost like wrestling. It's like watching wrestling.
Yeah, here's another one with the reporter. Watch this fucking guy. What an asshole.
And what do you make Pam Bondi saying she's going to go after hate speech? Is that, I mean, a lot of your allies say hate speech is free speech. You probably go after people like you because you treat me so unfairly. It's hate. You have a lot of hate in your heart. Maybe they'll go after ABC. Well, ABC paid me $16 million recently for a form of hate speech, right? Your company paid me $16 million for a form of hate speech. So maybe they'll have to go after you. Look, we want everything to be fair. It hasn't been fair. And the radical left has done tremendous damage to the country. But we're fixing it. We have right now the hottest country anywhere in the world. And remember, 1 year ago, our country was dead. And now Washington, D.C. is fixed, and I fixed it. The mayor was fine. The mayor was just fine. Okay? The mayor had the sick city for many years. She's been mayor for many years. The one that fixed it was me and my people, and it is so safe. You should take your beautiful wife tonight and have dinner down there. You won't be shot. You won't be accosted. You won't even be looked at incorrectly by anybody. Washington, D.C. is safe. Now we're going to...
He's so full of shit. He says, maybe I ought to have her go after you. What the hell is that? I ought to have her go after you.
He was just asking a question.
God damn it, man.
Well, you ever noticed that a lot of those guys have a lot to say about the Constitution only when it doesn't apply to them? And that's kind of the what I kind of get from it, is that they almost think like it doesn't apply to them because they're a public servant, when in reality it should be applied to them greatly. Especially when you're providing a service or you're getting paid to do something.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's when it should apply even more, because you should friggin' know better not to do stupid stuff. It's almost like those guys that we see on the auditing ones that, they know that what they're doing is wrong and they do it anyway. And when people say, "Oh, well, we'll sue you," they say, "Go ahead," because even if they lose, it doesn't come from them. You're not taking anything from them. They're just taking it back from you. So they're taking it from other taxpayers who pay for the contract. It's almost like they could literally just say, "Okay, yeah, that's it. No, if you don't follow the law and you don't follow your policy, then you're responsible for any damages." And watch how fast people will shape up real quick when they realize, "Oh shit, it's going to come from me. Nah, I'm not going to do that."
Well, you're gonna see some crazy shit coming down, man. Listen, this guy cracking down, rounding up homeless people.
Yeah,
People in
he's
the
saying a lot of
media
things.
talking about giving people a fucking lethal injection, you know.
Yeah, I know. And he had to come up with an apology video for it
Yeah.
too.
It was like, oh, too soon.
I think he's controlled as well, to be honest.
This guy, I think he is, but this information is very interesting. Now, he's still working from the premise that Charlie Kirk was really shot. There's a few of us out here that are not going from that premise. I'm
Yeah,
saying the whole thing
in the
was
club.
a psyop. The whole thing was a psyop.
They say that Charlie Kirk was offered an infusion of $150 million by Israel. Okay? That would double Israel's budget, or excuse me, Turning Point USA's budget. Turning Point USA has an annual budget of $140 million. Netanyahu offered Turning Point $150 million for one purpose and one purpose only, to shill for Israel harder. Turning Point USA is already pro-Israel. They're not anti-Israel. They've never been anti-Israel. Charlie Kirk has, in the past, criticized Bibi Netanyahu. He has criticized secular left-wing Jewry in America. He has criticized a war with Iran, the famine in Gaza. He has never opposed Israel in itself. He has never explicitly opposed Israel. Israel offered him $150 million to be more pro-Israel than they already were, to be harder in their support for Israel, and in particular, to support regime change in Iran and to support their ethnic cleansing and genocide in Gaza. And Charlie Kirk refused the money. And I have independently confirmed that, by the way. I've heard that from 4 people. 4 people that I trust that are in the know. So this is coming from Candace Owens, a friend of Charlie Kirk. This is coming from Max Blumenthal, who purports to have a source. And I have heard from a handful of people independently of those sources that this offer was real and that Kirk turned down the money. After Charlie Kirk turned down the money, Netanyahu asked if he would come visit Jerusalem and give him the re-education tour. The Holocaust Museum, the burned babies, the beheaded babies, the one that Elon Musk took, the one that our Speaker of the House took. Anyone that's ever criticized Israel has been subjected to. He refused that as well. They offered to bribe him. They tried to re-educate him. He refused both offers.
So maybe the character Charlie Kirk was taken out,
or
for
maybe
those reasons. Maybe he was all down with this, that it was going to be lauded as an attempt, and he was going to come through it, and TPUSA would get bigger than ever, because look what happened after he died. It's like all these people started joining TPUSA, right?
Or maybe
that was his plan, but they changed the plan in the middle and said, no, instead of you surviving, you're dead. Okay, we've already got you as dead. So they don't really have to, they say your character's done. You're done. You're fired, basically, right? Yeah, basically you're fired. That character's gone, because now they're going to have Ben Shapiro pick up the torch for Charlie Kirk and start doing these campus tours that Charlie. Yeah.
maybe there is as
They
well
got
another.
Michael Knowles. Listen who was running their fucking show, the Charlie Kirk show. It was Matt Walsh, Michael Knowles. I'll show you. I got a video or a picture anyways. All the guys, you'll know who they are. But that's the thing. And they I think maybe what if they, because in the book, that book that came out that didn't come out, that was published on the day before, called The Killing of Charlie Kirk, within the excerpts of that, which I have some screenshots of them, it said that Charlie survived the assassination attempt and went on to continue his speaking tours because he wasn't going to let something like that hinder free speech. So I wonder if maybe they changed the script without telling him. You get where I'm going at?
Yeah, they gave him a screw job.
Yeah, they changed the ending of the story in the script without telling him. He played up to his part where you make like somebody shot you. Well, okay, we got that part. But then after he was taken away in that SUV, I think it was then when it was explained to him that no, we changed the script. You should have took the fucking money.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Wouldn't it be that funny that later the government would say, we couldn't say that the Charlie Kirk is alive. That's why we have put a dummy in his coffin, but he survived. But he needed to survive. So we needed to protect them because we know that there are bad entities in the government. So we had to protect him. So people would think he is dead, but he's alive. And what's her name? The black woman, Candace Owens, yeah. Candace Owens said that he'll be president. That wouldn't be next step, to put him as a president position. Yeah, and if you take into consideration that Nick Fuentes is co-inter pro, and he's now pushing the Charlie Kirk very heavily, and the recent attack in a matter of Qatar. So there is a coalition 2025 now between the Islamic states. So now they might try to push finally to gather all the countries and attack the Israel. So because that's what Scripture says, that they will stand against Israel, because this Israel is a land. It's not a real Israel from God's people. They are from the synagogue of Satan. So they want to push it this way, as a deception, and then they bring the Antichrist. Who the fuck knows? Very interesting times.
Yeah. They're trying to make you believe this is now you saw how far away that building was, right? So they're trying to say that this cockeyed motherfucker made that shot. Look at that. Come on.
He's got one googly eye.
He does. He got a lazy eye, bro. He got a lazy eye. Maybe that's where they put the vril worm in at. I don't know. But here's that thing. Yeah, did you ever see Charlie Kirk's house?
Let me guess. It looks like a preacher's house, like a giant mansion. Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
Living the good life.
Look at that shit, man. Andrew's here. What's up, Andrew?
Hey, good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening.
So I originally thought the whole thing was completely just legitimate because of how many reasons people would have to actually shoot him. But over the last week or so, listening to your stream and things like that, and other people that have also flipped, they're like, yeah, there's no way this fucking happened. It was legit. So I was doing a little bit of deep diving into it. I was like, well, okay, so are there any charities set up for him? And there are.
Oh yeah.
And there's one specifically. You can just write in your internet browser, whatever you have. It's kind of funny. There's GoFundMe, and they take 10% flat out of any donations, and then they ask for more. But then there's another one, which is a Christian-based version of GoFundMe, and they don't require anything, but they do ask, like, hey, can you maybe give us a little bit so we can keep our servers up and stuff? So if you go and just type in give, send, go, and then Charlie Kirk, look what it is. It's going to be, I noticed something very weird.
What's that?
I mean, when I checked last night, it was like $4.9 million out of a certain amount. The goal is they could have chosen any goal they wanted. They could have chose 25 million. No, they went with 6 million.
6 million.
Yeah.
Why?
Whoever started it.
What's he need that for? Look here. Look. He sold his Scottsdale mansion for $5.25 million back in January of this year, which was purchased. He purchased it for 4.75 million. So he made like 50 million on that. What? No, 500,000. He made 500,000 on that. $500,000. And that's from what he bought it in 2023. It was initially put on the market in the middle of 2024. And this guy said he can't find any record of him purchasing a new home. So where has he been living?
Weren't they saying that he it was a non-profit he was running too? His whole organization?
Might have been.
Supposedly. Yeah, that's what I've seen online.
Yeah, I think it was considered a nonprofit, but there's no such thing as a real nonprofit.
Exactly.
No.
But when they he fully admitted that there are several very wealthy people that are, you know, hardcore Christian conservatives, and I don't think he gave out their names or anything, but he said that is how they're basically making money, to help support, you know, travel, security, hotels, and you know, pay the employees for all the website, and it's basically him not really doing much in regards to making money. But Turning Point USA was definitely, out of his own words, being sponsored and funded by several very, very wealthy people.
The video I was gonna I'm not gonna show it on here, but I am definitely going to put it in the chat for you people to see. This has got an angle in it that none of you have actually, not many people have seen. And in this, it's about at the 1 minute 51 seconds mark. It shows that you can see as his shirt's open, as he leans forward, you can actually see the blood pack thing underneath of his shirt. And then when the shot supposedly rings out, you can see that's exactly right where the blood comes from, right from up under the shirt and in front of his neck. And for obvious reasons, I can't show it on here because it's gory, but it's not, because it's not real. So I'm going to put that in the chat right now. And I'm also going to put it over into the Rumble side. Y'all notice how Rumble's got that really cool red, white, and blue American flag logo today? Listen, man, this is another sign of a false flag, y'all, is when they really push the emotional aspect of it. When they really start pushing the emotional aspect of everything, that's when you know, okay, why are they trying to touch on my Fifi so hard? Let me look at this logically. Is it kind of tragic? Yeah. People get killed all the time, leave family members behind, little kids, wives, husbands, what have you. Okay. It happens all the time, and it's tragic. It really is. People are murdered, and that's tragic as well, right? But let's get real. When you read about that in the newspaper, do you break down and cry? Do you want to go have national holidays made or anything else like that? No. So what is it about this? It's because, and this is something I noticed at the Flat Earth Conference when we went there in Vegas, is that people watching somebody like that and are identifying with their ideas, they get this idea, an affinity for them to the point where they think they know this person. Now, this is especially true. You see this with TV characters and shit. People really like a TV character. They even start to emulate that character or that actor that plays that character. Maybe even wear the same kind of clothes. New phrases enter the lexicon based off of some line that was said in one of these shows. You know, this is how it works. And then later on down the road, you end up seeing them on a talk show, and they ask them about something. You find out that they're just dumb as fuck, and they are on the wrong page.
Indeed, yes.
Like, what the hell? I used to really like that guy. Well, you didn't know him. You knew this character. And so there was this character called Charlie Kirk. Okay. Him and his wife, well, oh my God, there's so much about that. They met in fucking Israel. She was in one of Trump's beauty contests that he had. Charlie Kirk was working for Trump in the first term, right out of high school. I mean, this shit is just crazy. The wife was on the Bravo TV network on a reality show called Summer House. It's just too much. So what you got to understand is that these are characters. Donald Trump even is a fucking character. Okay, that's got to make you wonder if what we're watching is really a show, and I believe that it absolutely is 100% a fucking show. What the hell is really going on? Who is really in? What the fuck is actually happening? That's what you got to start asking yourself. If this is just like a play, who's the directors? Who's the fucking who's the producer?
Jews, like one of them said, that we are the producers. We create the world, and the world is our stage.
Steven Spielberg.
Yeah, Steven Spielberg's got it. That's it. And I noticed you did a bird on there.
But there's something interesting about it. When I looked up that the Give, Send, Go, and 6 million, like they could have landed on any number they wanted, but 6 million, okay, whatever.
6 million.
But then I heard people say that Ben Shapiro is actually going to be picking up the reins and doing all the college stuff, but I never saw anything until today. Oh, he absolutely said that.
Mm-hmm.
And he's serious about it too. So I'm like, uh-oh, starting to put the puzzle pieces together.
Yeah,
Something weird is happening.
Hey, I got some. Oh.
Now you got Matt Walsh involved, and you got Michael Knowles involved, and you got guys.
Hey Jerry, I got something to share then.
What's that?
So you know how they? Did you see the news that they were talking about that lynching of that black guy Trey Reed at the college campus in Memphis?
When did this happen?
I mean, no, in Mississippi actually. A day or two after the Charlie Kirk assassination.
Oh,
so,
I didn't hear anything about it.
Who the first person in the United States that they termed the word lynching after? His name. Let's go into this. Was Charles Lynch, right?
Uh-huh.
So there's another Charles for you.
You know, Charles means free man.
Yeah, I know we talked about that the other
Kirk
night. So
means Kirk is a church.
And you know how Charlie Kirk was calling for public executions and he was all for the death penalty and stuff.
Yeah.
So you got this guy Tyler Robinson, who they're already talking about in the news that's going to get the death penalty. Now, the first person in the United States that got the lethal injection, his name was Charles Brooks Jr. Born in September 1st. Charlie Kirk was also born in September. Well, no, died in September. That's what I meant to say with this stuff. And they say the guy Charles Brooks was also innocent, the one that first person that got the lethal injection, and he was accused of killing a white man over some crazy story that they were gonna go to this car dealership and they ended up taking him hostage, and then they were trying to steal a car to go do robberies. Supposedly, this is what they said. And you look into that story too, it doesn't make a lot of sense because they were saying how he's innocent, and then if you look at there's a weird interview I seen of his girlfriend at the time. She was talking about how that they're using him as like the public. Oh my gosh, the lethal injection was like an experiment, basically, because she said when she went to the funeral home that he was still smiling in the casket and was kind of like still alive. Also, there's a weird thing with connection to the Masons with that too, and the Shriners and the Muslims, because he ended up transferring to the Nation of Islam while he was in jail, right? And there was a whole bunch of Muslims during the funeral, all that stuff were there, and the Nation of Islam. And then there's this guy on YouTube that was talking about it, and he starts talking about how this Mason on YouTube was talking about it, and he's part of the Shriner organization. And what's weird too is the dude's niece, Charles Brooks's niece, his husband's name was Charles too, and he was also part of the Freemason Lodge and was a Shriner and a Muslim. So you got all these weird connections that really are not making a lot of sense. Like they've been doing these deep psychological operations from before we were born, you know, and yeah, it's just some shit I see in the rabbit hole that is driving
From
me
since
crazy for
thousands of
99.
years, not only before we were born, thousands of years.
Thousands of years, but you get what I'm saying. Like it's
Yep.
the stuff is crazy. If you keep looking down the rabbit hole on YouTube and the internet, it's like you can find a lot of connections.
Hatred,
Did you-
hatred
Funny
with
thing for
love.
me
see
is that
the-
even
did you
simple
guys-
truth. Yeah, go on.
Did you guys see the text messages? This is so fucking bullshit. This is bullshit. And they're saying, okay, oh, the messages on Reddit aren't there. That means that, or not Reddit, Discord. That now they're trying to say Discord removed them off the server.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going, no, Discord didn't remove them off the server. They're not real. The FBI made that shit up. Everybody's got this idea that the FBI is this fucking great police law enforcement organization. It's the biggest fucking mafia of criminals you ever saw. The most they ever do is they go and they'll find some patsy, they'll set him up, give him the explosives, give him the plans and shit, get him to go do something, and then they'll bust him for it. That's what they do, man.
No,
Right, their very first thing that got J. Edgar Hoover was that he solved who had bombed this judge. And it was him that fucking did it. For Christ's sake, man, that whole thing was born out of corruption. And we're supposed to trust him, and now you got old cockeyed Cash in there? Oh, for Christ's sake.
Yo, Jared, do you think these things were planned? Like, I believe these things were planned long in advance, and it's like they're like what I was saying is like I feel like they're creating the same, almost exact same psyops, but then like, because this whole thing is building like this race war thing too. Like you're finding people lynched right after on college campuses.
Right.
Like this shit is insane, man.
Now I wonder if that even really happened. See,
that's what I'm saying. You know,
yeah.
It's
I certainly didn't hear anything about it.
Yeah, it's in the news, man.
Wow.
It's in the news.
Hey,
And they're
have
saying
you guys ever
stop-
heard
My fault.
about the Timothy McVeigh? You know, the Oklahoma City bomber.
Yeah, that too. That shit was crazy. And then that cop
Well-
got killed.
No,
And
no,
they're-
no.
they're-
It gets crazier than that.
I know that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So Timothy McVeigh was like CIA or something like that, and he's the fucking mayor of Miami, or at least he was.
What?
Identical look, and they
No
actually
shit.
mentioned in Miami, like why or is Orlando, some city in Florida, and him and some other people, one other guy during an interview, they start talking about the Oklahoma City bombing. It's like, why?
What the fuck?
Under a different name, identical look.
Well,
You
then
know,
that
how many
means,
agents
everything.
do they
you
fucking
know what that
have?
means? You guys know what that means? That means that the fittest flat earther was the mayor of a town in Florida. Because you guys know the fittest flat earther is actually Timothy McVeigh, right?
No, I've never
Jimi
heard that.
Hendrix.
Oh no, Jimi Hendrix is Oprah.
What?
Oh my god.
There's only so far down the rabbit hole I can go.
But this makes you question, how many agents do they have? You know, like how many people are involved in these secret societies and organizations that we don't know about?
Well, agents is a
Man.
different way to explain. Well, the agents are usually the ones that are behind the scenes. They're just like
Yeah.
puppet masters. But they're the actors. Those are the ones that actually get on camera and stuff like that. So it's
Yeah.
a little bit different. The same thing happens in the military when you have covert ops versus, these different things. Like you don't really learn a whole lot about that until you dive into it a lot deeper. But yeah, it's fucking crazy. But Dave, gentlemen, thanks for having me on. I have to
Yeah.
get back to class. Teaching my evening class right now.
All right, brother. Thanks for coming up, man.
All right. Yep, I'll be listening in the background though. Cheers.
I know, man.
You see too, why does Tyler Robinson and Charlie Kirk both have the same middle name, James?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, here's this thing that the roommate said, "What? You're joking, right?" And Robinson says, "I'm still okay, my love." Now, come on. I don't even think gay people write like that to each other. But am stuck in Orem for a little while longer yet. Shouldn't be long until I can come home, but I got to grab my rifle still. To be honest, I had hoped to keep this secret until I died of old age. I am sorry to involve you. And the roommate says, you weren't the one who did it, right? He says, I am sorry. I'm sorry. The roommate says, I thought they caught the person. Now, he says, no, they grabbed some crazy old dude, then interrogated someone in similar clothing. How the fuck would he know that?
Yeah, weren't they saying too that that old guy that they caught, that he was like trying to be like the patsy to let the shooter go? That's what I seen in the news. Like he was.
Yeah.
What the
But
fuck?
think about this. If he's on the run, right?
Yeah.
How the hell does he know they grabbed some crazy old dude? He was running away on the roof. How did he know that? And then, furthermore, what was he watching the news while he was on the run and assembling the gun and changing clothes and everything?
He had a television at the same time.
That guy, wasn't he there? They said what 9/11 and the OKC bombing. So
Yeah,
I mean,
he had a console. He was carrying a console TV
Sure
too.
did. But look, he goes on. He says they grabbed some crazy old dude, then interrogated someone in similar clothing. Now, how the hell would he know that either? I had planned to grab my rifle from my drop point shortly after, but most of that side of town got locked down. It's quiet, almost enough to get out, but there's one vehicle lingering. Okay. Then the roommate says, why? Why did I do it? Yeah, I had enough of his hatred. Some hate can't be negotiated out. If I am able to grab my rifle unseen, I will have left no evidence. Going to attempt to retrieve it again. Hopefully they have moved on. I haven't seen anything about them finding it. Okay. Roommate says, how long have you been planning this? And he says, a bit over a week, I believe. Now, supposedly they'd been talking about it on Discord, right? What the fuck? And he doesn't know anything about it in this. See, I can get close to it, but there's a squad car parked right by it. I think they already swept that spot, but I don't want to chance it. And then he said, I'm wishing I had circled back and grabbed it as soon as I got to my vehicle. Then he says, I'm worried that what my old man would do if I didn't bring back my grandpa's rifle. I don't know if it had a serial number, but it wouldn't trace to me. I worry about prints. I had to leave it in the bush where I changed outfits. Didn't have the ability or time to bring it with. I might have to abandon it and hope they don't find prints. How the F will I explain losing it to my old man? Only thing I left was the rifle wrapped in a towel. Now, where'd this fucking towel come from? I don't know. Remember how I was engraving bullets? Remember how I was engraving bullets?
That was the guy who supposedly jumped from the same guy who supposedly jumped from the roof, yeah? So where the fuck he brought this gun with him?
Right. Look here, he says, remember how I was engraving bullets? What? The effing messages are mostly a big meme. If I see notices bulge UWU on Fox News, I might have a stroke. All right, I'm going to have to leave it. That really effing sucks. Now, wait, this is really weird. Judging from today, I'd say Grandpa's gun does just fine. I don't know. I think that was a $2,000 scope. And he says, delete this exchange. My dad wants photos of the rifle. He says Grandpa wants to know who has what. The feds released a photo of the rifle, and it's a very unique. No, it's not. It's not very unique at all. It looks like 1,000 other fucking rifles. We saw the picture. He's calling me right now, not answering. Since Trump got into office, my dad has been pretty diehard MAGA. I'm going to turn myself in willingly. One of my neighbors here is a deputy for the sheriff. You are all I worry about, love. The roommate says, I'm much more worried about you. And Robinson says, don't talk to the media, please. They don't take any interviews or make any comments. If any police ask you questions, ask for a lawyer and stay silent. Now, at this point, for some reason, he thinks that what the fuck? None of this makes any sense. These are fake, 100%. Nobody.
Yeah, that shit is all fucking fake. What the fuck?
It's all bullshit. And this is what they're selling us. And here now, Turning Point USA is in the hands of these clowns.
Those of you who think that you are going to replace Charlie Kirk, okay? Kings are born. You don't just get to depose and tell us that we're going to follow this individual, okay? I'm one of the Masons of Turning Point USA. You put a shill in Charlie Kirk's chair, in Charlie Kirk's company, and you try to tell us to follow that individual, I will be an enemy of you. There will be nothing that can stop me. Okay. And I want you guys to understand, this is not a threat. This is a promise. There will be nothing that can stop me. I will release every single text message. So to those of you who are trying that, I'm seeing the messages. I am telling you to back off right now. Like right now. Don't do it. Okay. Don't you think about it. I know exactly who you are. I know exactly who you were that were exerting pressure. Don't you pretend to be noble now and say nice things about Charlie Kirk and think you're going to slide into his chair. Okay. Over my dead body, which I'm sure can be arranged.
What did she just say? Did she say I'm one of the Masons? What did she say?
Yeah,
those of you who think
one of the Masons of Turning Point.
What the flying shit? Is this fucking real or am I hearing things?
Dude.
What the fuck?
And she wouldn't be in power where she
I'm
is if
so
she wouldn't be
confused.
controlled. It's as simple
Did
as
she
that.
really just say that?
Remember the guys, even so-called truthers, were jumping in like a freaking dog on a ham, and when they start saying, "Oh, you see this guy in the white hat, you know, he's getting signals." You've seen that?
Yeah.
And
that's more bullshit to keep you on the track of
Why
that
would
there
she
was
say
a
she's
shooter.
one of the Masons?
Well, I don't know. All right, play devil's advocate that she was one of the original builders of Turning Point USA.
But she knows what Mason means.
Just playing devil's advocate.
No. I get you, but
everybody
she knows the meaning of word Mason and how it will affect people because she's speaking about them. So she uses working purpose.
Bro, what is going on? Something crazy is about to happen with all this. I feel like this.
We
this
all
is
saw what
insane.
Donald Trump posted on his Truth Social, right? This what the hell? Would my mouse die? Oh, am I sharing it? What the hell here?
You see them saying they're gonna exile people for celebrating this, that we're gonna lose everything, our house, our money, like this is the news people saying this, and Trump. This is fucking crazy.
To be honest, are those people really fired, the ones who are making mockery? Do you know anyone personally or heard
I
a friend?
don't fucking know.
Maybe it's fucking just psyop as well. Too many freaking things going on. And if you listen to, I think it's Charles Hughes, he's the guy who was training all the military, CIA and FBI in a psyops. So he's saying if media is focused on one thing, you can 100% sure it's psyop. That's exactly what we see now. Where is Soph? Where did he disappear?
What happened with Zavlu's connection?
I don't know.
That's a good question. What happened to Jerry?
Yeah, I'll be right back. Lost his mouse. Probably unplugging it, plugging it back in.
I have a few short, good videos. We can play them later, like a 1 minute.
My
Everybody's.
question is, my fault, man.
Sorry, I was just gonna ask you, Janusz. Did you see that? Did you see that guy in the church going crazy and breaking all the stuff in Poland?
Oh, didn't see this one.
Yeah, some guy ran into a church. Sob showed it in the other, the live before this. I put it up there. It's in. I can't tell you the minute mark, but it's like 3/4 of the way through the show, and I showed it. Some guy in Poland smashing a bunch of stuff in the middle of a service in Poland. And
was he Polish guy or some foreigner?
I have no clue. Shirtless, crazy guy.
All right. I need to look into it. I really don't look anymore in the Polish.
Yeah, I know.
Politics, because just total BS, Yeah, we have the border now, so we are stopping supposed refugees, but still it's all BS, because unfortunately the government promised that they don't get any undocumented refugees, but they were fucking selling the documents to the fucking guys and bring them anyway. Fucking hell.
That is bad.
Yeah, you seen on the news too. They were talking about, I don't know, like World War III possibly coming. So they keep pushing all that stuff too. Like I really wonder, like, where all this stuff is leading to. Like I really think something huge is gonna happen in very
System is
soon.
going to go down.
Yeah,
They know they can't pay money from the retirement funds. The market will go down, so there will be big uprising. But because it's more us than them. But if there is a war, they get rid of a lot of people.
Well, that, and I think they're gonna just watch us delete ourselves. While they're in their fucking bunkers or wherever the fuck they go.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff happening all at the same time all over the place. It isn't just here, too.
Oh, it's everywhere. You're correct.
Yeah, I look on a couple of websites every day, and I see a lot of stuff from other countries and stuff. And there's all kinds of political crap going on everywhere. South America, of course. Now down in the Balkans, there's all kinds of political stuff going on there. It's endless. It's just I don't think it's when we talk about this stuff, I don't just think it's us here. It's definitely all over the place. Japan had some problems during the week. I mean, it's just endless.
So anyway, I'm back. Hey,
welcome back. Would you lock up?
I don't know what the hell happened. I went. This thing just kicked me out, and that was it. Now I'm over here. This one.
That was the crooked noses.
It was. It probably was. It really was. I hate them all. Anyway, I mean, Jesus Christ. There's no reason for any of this that happens like that. I think there's some fuckery afoot.
Do you see the same thing I'm seeing, Sov, where there's a lot of fuckery afoot all over the place? It isn't just here; it's everywhere.
Well, remember this? We talked about this. That Donald Trump put this out on his Truth Social, right? Now, I think Donald Trump is like the only member of Truth Social. I don't know anybody that has it or uses it or anything else. But whatever he puts out always ends up over on Twitter anyway. So I don't know why he bothers. But anyway, he put this thing out, said the great Charlie Kirk, rest in peace, and then Shlomo Pearl.
The fuck does that mean?
Yeah. Well, I got into looking at it, and this guy apparently did too, and he's found some of the same shit I did. It's in Israeli slang, Shlomo Pearl describes a gullible patsy. Someone so naive they fall for tricks and metaphorically disappear into them without a trace. The term comes from a Hebrew pun. Shlomo is a common name, and Pearl sounds like Perel, short for Pashut Ne'elem, meaning simply vanished. It's tied to Shlomo Perel, a Jewish Holocaust survivor who brilliantly deceived the Nazis by posing as an Aryan by the name of Joseph Peters, and even joined the Hitler Youth. So what's the possible meaning And let's look at the symbolism we've got here. We've got Donald Trump under an American flag, Charlie Kirk under an Israeli flag. Them hugging, it looks kind of gay to me, but they're hugging. And then this right here, this is good. Charlie Kirk, rest in peace. But this right here,
only tongue is missing.
Yeah, right. But you know, I was like, what the fuck is that? Now that's blatant. That's right out there. They knew people was going to look into that, for crying out loud.
They don't care. That's what I think. They don't give a shit.
No, it's not about they don't care. They have to tell you because
Yeah,
they
they
operate
have
in
to
Israel.
tell us, but
Yes.
they know how stupid the masses are, so they don't.
Yep.
They don't care.
And if you bring it up to the people, oh, you're conspiracy theorist. No, I'm fucking conspiracy realist.
Yep. You ever look into MAGA? It's the highest
Yep.
degree in the
Yep.
Church of Satan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maga and Magus, yes.
Fucking crazy.
Oh, let's see, where was I? Oh, I'm almost there where I was. Almost.
Build Back Better, beautiful Bill, yeah.
Yeah, right. Oh, where is that other? Don't I have it up here?
BBB 666. Oh, for fuck's sake, it's just all over the
Max
place.
Blumenthal. Max Blumenthal. That's what I wanted to show. Well, this is kind of interesting. You know what I was talking about? Like they're hiding land in the Pacific, and that they're probably using that really weird fucking time zones thing to hide it with. Well,
Probably
they've
where
got
they're
that.
going.
Well, here's the thing: is you've got that weird time difference that they have between Alaska and Russia, right? And it's like, what the fuck are we really doing? Well, this is kind of crude the way it was drawn out, but this was traced out onto an old map that somebody found. There's where that time zone thing is really weird, right there at the Alaska and Russia. And as you spread it out, you can see these continents were already drawn on this map. This is an old board. So what do we got, man? What's really going on?
Yep.
It's kind of like what I was saying.
The circle's bigger than where the sun and moon is.
Yeah.
That's what I think. I think right now, wherever that pole goes, the sun and moon goes. So if it moves 20,000 years from now, well, is that still the globe, or is that still the plane? Or no? Well, yes, but it just moved. So,
right.
You know, it's going to freeze some areas and it's going to thaw some out, and then you're going to have to go where the sun and moon is, and that's it.
Maybe that is how it's rolling. We'll maybe know one day. Maybe we won't. Really.
Yeah.
I just know that we've been lied to about our realm. We've been lied to about our timeline. We've been lied to about every fucking thing.
So let me stop you. Please tell one thing they didn't lie about.
Yeah, right.
Oh yeah, that goes without saying. It's everything, probably everything you ever heard or knew.
Mm-hmm. So I'm done fucking with these people. You know, we need to. I mean, people are just waking up to the reality that they're full of shit on every level. Now this was interesting. I kind of like Max Blumenthal, so this is pretty good. Did you want to say something? No? Okay.
Yes, this is the first time I'm revealing this other than we just updated our article at the Gray Zone. Her name is Natasha Hausdorff, and we were told this by an attendee of the meeting, and I haven't been able to reach out to her. So, you know, if this turns out to be false, we'll correct it. Sure. But I trust the source because
Natasha Hausdorff. Natasha Hausdorff. Yes. Let's pull that up. Go ahead.
Haussdorf. And she was taking what Bill Ackman was doing. Apparently he was trying to maintain his composure, but she was screaming at him. And what I heard from people in the room is that the whole meeting was a disaster. It was convened mainly to talk about the danger of Zohran Mamdani as New York mayor. And then after the meeting, or towards the end of this, it was kind of like a influencer summit, and they were taken to fancy restaurants in the Hamptons. I backed that up with photos that they stupidly posted on social media. Everyone at the meeting was offered a free trip to Israel, and most of them took it. Newsmax fronted for the trip. Newsmax has become a vehicle for Israeli influence. Its CEO, Chris Ruddy, just met with Netanyahu in Israel. And one of the influencers there, Xavier de Rousseau from PragerU, whose CEO is a veteran of Israel's cyber spy.
PragerU is a serious Zio fucking indoctrination
yeah.
site.
I exposed this
Terrible.
guy a long time ago on my channel.
It's bad.
Division, Unit 8200, went to one of these starvation sites, the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation starvation sites, paid for by the Israeli government, and delivered a video mocking the starvation in Gaza and claiming that Hamas leaders were eating all the ramen and therefore they were on Ozempic. This is what they're being paid to do. And then there's just a bigger issue here. I thought this movement was about America first, that Charlie Kirk was heading.
Absolutely.
But you have,
So just interrupt. This is Natasha right here.
Yeah. Yeah, that's her.
Okay, thank you.
And what I did was I showed the source the picture and said, was this her? And they immediately said yes. All right. Yeah. Well, thanks for that. That was my, I think, Wikipedia bio. A bunch of outlets I'm no longer allowed to write for. But thanks for hosting this important conversation. I mean, this is about much more than Charlie Kirk. This is about what we've done at the Gray Zone is lifting the mask since Charlie Kirk's horrific death on a major foreign influence operation in the United States targeting the conservative movement. It's also targeted the left as well, run by Benjamin Netanyahu, who is currently presiding over a 7-front war, a genocide in Gaza, and a global assassination campaign that reaches into the a U.S. ally now of Qatar, which hosts one of the largest U.S. military bases in the region. And what we have learned is not that Israel was responsible for Charlie Kirk's assassination. We have no evidence of that. So let's just take that off the table. Maybe someone will find something. It's very understandable why the public has a lack of trust in the official story, as you just came out in your intro and explained. But what?
For a second. Look,
250 legislators are in Israel right fucking now.
Alex Jones is Zionist shield. One thing.
Oh, of course.
This woman has a yellow ribbon, which stands for 7th of October. So if she's saying something, fuck her.
Yep.
Alex Jones is a controlled opposition to its finest.
Of course he is. Of course he is. And listen, so the whole thing is this. They're still going by the premise of who did it.
Happened is Benjamin Netanyahu, while Charlie Kirk's body was still warm, came out and with videos and tweets trying to claim Charlie Kirk's legacy because Charlie Kirk was in many ways built up by pro-Netanyahu, pro-Israel donors. And he claimed that Charlie Kirk was the greatest friend of Israel and that the radical left and Muslims were responsible for his death before a suspect was even caught. So Netanyahu was trying to milk this for Israel's benefit. And people close to Charlie Kirk, including a longtime friend with access to the Trump administration, started talking to me through various contacts I had in Washington and in the media and telling me this is not true. Charlie Kirk was undergoing a transformation. He was actually under pressure from Netanyahu because of what we saw at the TPUSA Student Action Summit in July, where he was platforming figures who were saying Jeffrey Epstein was a Mossad asset, that Israel was actually committing genocide in Gaza. Comic Dave Smith said that. Tucker Carlson mocking the Zionist billionaire Bill Ackman. And he was under enormous pressure and they were trying to shut him down and he was defying them. He actually privately despised Benjamin Netanyahu. I learned from 2 sources, one inside the administration, that he was actually lobbying against the U.S. striking Iran in June and that he was almost alone.
By the way, you broke that first.
Trump got pissed off at him about that too, because he was in there trying to tell Trump he was against having Trump go to war with Iran, against bombing Iran, helping Israel, all this shit. And they're going, whoa, this is this is the story we're told. So the character went off the reservation. That's what it looks like.
First, the vice president yesterday hosting Charlie's show posthumously said that.
Well, there you go. I mean, there you go. I mean, a lot of what I reported is reflected in public statements, and we're learning more. And so subsequent to my first story on December 12th about Charlie Kirk's transformation and the pressure he was under, which left him very angry, as we saw from his public appearances, and according to friends, frightened, I learned from multiple sources that there is this meeting in the Hamptons that Bill Ackman, who is a billionaire hedge funder, who is one of the biggest kind of Israeli assets in this, like most influential Israeli power brokers. I mean, he's an American, but he's operating on behalf of Israeli interests, convened this summit in the Hamptons with conservative influencers, and Charlie Kirk was there, and Bill Ackman started confronting Charlie Kirk about what he was doing at TPUSA, that it wasn't pro-Israel enough. And I just
and by the way, there's a lot of clips of Kirk not naming names, but saying I've got the Israel lobby and Israel calling me and donors calling me and, you know, saying I'm anti-Semitic and I'm bad. If I even question what's going on, I think that's wrong. So it's not just Candace Owens was close friends with her and I trust her. It's not just rumors. It's not just a big donor saying he was scared of Israel killing him that Harrison met with at Ron Paul's 90th birthday. It was Charlie himself said this. He said he was concerned.
And that was on with
He
Megyn
did.
Kelly, I
He-
think the day
Now,
after
if you
the
think,
Hamptons
how
meeting that
the
you're talking
fuck
about happened.
Alex Jones, just think about it. How the fuck Alex Jones is speaking now about those things and Charlie Kirk standing against Israel if Alex Jones is big supporter of Israel. You see the psyop over here.
Mm-hmm. It's like they're trying to piss off several different groups of people.
Yeah, put them against each other to make a mayhem. Ordo ab kao.
Yep, that's exactly it. Remember when I was engraving those bullets? Why would he have to put that in his text message to him? What relevance during that situation?
It's so
would
fucking
that
obvious.
have? Other than, oh, see, we have a text message about engraving bullets. Oh, shut the fuck up, man. That is the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. And they said the kid hasn't said nothing. He hasn't cooperated with the people, with the cops, nothing. He hasn't confessed to anything. And really, at this point, if I was a defense attorney, I could rip that case apart that they've got. I could rip that fucking case apart. They don't really have shit.
This was on, I believe, August 4th or 5th. And on August 6th, he went on Megyn Kelly and complained about stakeholders who were pro-Israel treating him horribly. And he said, I have less ability to criticize Israel than an Israeli does. So clearly it was getting to him, and he was referring to this meeting. I just learned from someone who was in the room, who was at the meeting, that in addition to Bill Ackman, a British pro-Israel lawyer named Natasha Hausdorff was screaming at Charlie Kirk, like absolutely screaming at him. She is from a Israel lobby group in the UK that is like an extreme.
By the way, let me
Israel
stop you
group.
again. You told us this an hour before the show, and I dropped the ball. So let's say her name again. You said we were going to break exclusive news. You're breaking it now. We have this big Israeli lobbyist screaming at Charlie Kirk. Say her name again so we can pull her up. This is the exclusive information.
Yes, this is the first time I'm revealing this, other than we just updated our article at the Gray Zone. Her name is Natasha Hausdorff, and we were told this by an attendee of the meeting, and I haven't been able to reach out to her. So, you know, if this turns out to be false, we'll correct it. Sure. But I trust the source because
Natasha Hausdorff. Natasha Hausdorff. Yes. Let's pull that up. Go ahead.
Hausdorff. And she was taking what Bill Ackman was doing. Apparently he was trying to maintain his composure, but she was screaming at him. And what I heard from people in the room is that the whole meeting was a disaster. It was convened mainly to talk about the danger of Zohran Mamdani as New York mayor. And then after the meeting, or towards the end of this, it was kind of like a influencer summit, and they were taken to fancy restaurants in the Hamptons. I backed that up with photos that they stupidly posted on social media. Everyone at the meeting was offered a free trip to Israel, and most of them took it. Newsmax fronted for the trip. Newsmax has become a vehicle for Israeli influence. Its CEO, Chris Ruddy, just met with Netanyahu in Israel. And one of the influencers there, Xavier de Rousseau from PragerU, whose CEO is a veteran of Israel's cyber spying division, Unit 8200, went to one of these starvation sites, the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation starvation sites, paid for by the Israeli government, and delivered a video mocking the starvation in Gaza and claiming that Hamas leaders were eating all the ramen and therefore they were on Ozempic. This is what they're being paid to do. And then there's just a bigger issue here. I thought this movement was about America first, that Charlie Kirk was heading.
Absolutely.
But you have,
Just interrupt. This is Natasha right here.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's her.
Okay, thank you.
And what I
Shekel Grover
did was I showed the source the picture and said, was this her? And they immediately said yes.
Every guest we've interviewed in studio.
Oh, buy my boner pills.
Yo, I've seen a weird connection too with Charlie Kirk and these Republicans with the Epstein stuff. So did you ever hear of the Matt Gaetz?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, and he what was he doing? Trafficking children, trafficking young underage girls, having sex with them, giving them drugs.
Mhm.
And then he's over here, you know, he's a U.S. representative and he's part of Turning Point USA with Charlie and going to American Fest with Charlie Kirk.
Mm-hmm.
But Charlie Kirk supposedly, you know, wants the Epstein files to get released and all this other stuff. And why would the Republicans traffic children and have sex with minors, you know?
Well, they're all, it doesn't matter left or right. It really doesn't.
Same shit,
This is
different file.
this is why this list hasn't come out. Because it would mean mutual assured destruction.
I bet the whole government would be shut the fuck down.
Should be anyways.
It
You don't need to see a list now.
No, you
You
don't.
don't need to see a fucking list. All you have to see is all the people that, all of them. That's it. All of them. They're all guilty.
It's the pizza cost.
Yep. Yeah. 6 million pizzas. Listen. What is this here? Oh, yeah. I know I keep these things for a reason, so.
I've told you guys the last, 4 or 5 days, Erica is not good. You guys get mad at me. You come for me in the comments section, but she's not good.
2012 wins Miss Arizona competes in Miss USA, a pageant owned by ... Trump. Okay, want to know something really weird? So she had said in a podcast that she had never competed in pageants and had never done any modeling before until one day she receives an invitation in the mail to become a model and start doing pageants. And the pageants that she started doing were Miss USA pageants owned by Trump. So she modeled for Trump. She was one of Trump's pageant girls. But did you know that she was also a casting director at the same time that she was doing all this stuff for Trump? Now, she doesn't specify on her website if she worked as a casting director for Trump, but around the time that she was claiming to be a casting director, she also owned a ministry that was working with the U.S. military in Romania. The area in Romania where she was operating this ministry had a bunch of locals accusing these evangelical ministries of kidnapping children and trafficking them
This shit
out
is
of the
fucking
country.
crazy,
These
bro.
children were
I
being
can't-
found
I
in
can't do this.
the UK, in
Fucking
Israel,
people.
and were also being sent to undisclosed private islands. Locals demanded authorities look into it, but they never did. Now, Charlie Kirk really wanted the Epstein files released, but did his wife? Prior to marrying Charlie Kirk, she was a multi-millionaire on her own. And since his passing, she's also amassed all of his wealth plus an additional at least $5 million in donations. She's currently considered the most powerful woman in the United States, with mega fans begging her to run as vice president in 2028. Let's talk about their first date, because it was actually a job interview. Back in 2018, 2 years after Donald Trump had started working with Charlie Kirk had hosted a Turning Point USA opening event for one of the offices that they had opened. And Erica and Charlie Kirk were introduced to each other. Charlie Kirk instantly thought that she was beautiful, but thought that she was really smart. And allegedly, one of their mutuals had suggested that Charlie Kirk hire Erica. I'm assuming it was Donald Trump or someone on his team, because Donald Trump had signed on to work with Charlie Kirk, and Erica was already one of Donald Trump's employees. So it would make the most sense for Donald Trump and his team to encourage Charlie Kirk to hire Donald Trump's employees. Anyways, Charlie Kirk DM'd Erica, invited her for a job interview. The job interview ended up turning into a date, and Erica allegedly had said, "You're not going to be my boss.
You're going to be my husband," is what she said. What y'all did fail to realize is we've been down this hole so long. We know that all this has been scripted in order to bring out the truth. You guys call us crazy. You guys call us sick. You guys call us whatever you want. At least we're not willfully ignorant.
Yeah, you are, because it's not there to give you the truth. It's there to usher in a fucking new world government with you out of the fucking ashes of chaos.
This
These cue
so
cards, man, I swear to God, they're so fucking hopeful. Oh, the hopium. God damn it. Ugh.
so that
What-
proves they're all, dude. I don't even know what to fucking say. So they're all fucking PDF files, man. They're all fucking. Oh
Yeah.
my God, bro.
Yeah. Now we've got what's this thing they've got now? What are they calling it? 50 states in Israel or some bullshit. Hold on, where is that? Have you seen about that? Yeah, here's look at all these legislators. Look at all these legislators of ours. There they are. All of them in Israel. Look at that. What the fuck are they doing over there?
They should all be in jail. That's where they should be.
Damn straight.
Fucking,
Damn straight. What is that thing? Oh, did you guys know too that also, you know, the first guy that they caught? The guy that said, I did it, just shoot me. The old guy, George Zinn, with all the coincidences.
yeah.
Okay, well, here's another one. 71-year-old George Zinn, the man who was first detained and falsely claimed to police that he had shot Charlie Kirk moments after the attack, has now been charged with possession of child pornography.
Bro, I don't even know what the fuck to say, man.
Come on, man. The hits just keep on coming, don't they? The hits just keep on coming. Where is that damn thing? I know I put it on my.
You know, so the question is what are people gonna do to take them down? Like, that's what I want to know. Like, what if they can't see all this? What are we got to do? Somebody has to do
That's
something.
what they're all over there for. That's what they're all over there for, right there. 50 states, one Israel. What? What the fuck is that? And you're right. Every one of them fuckers should be hanging for treason. Every one of them. There's old Raj. Hey, Raj, what's happening? Hey,
Now, think about this for a minute. Wouldn't that be a great way to get out of the political game? Make it look really legit. You know?
Well,
and become
I don't
a
know.
martyr and a household name at the same time.
You guys want to see what a 30-06 really does?
I don't know what it does. Ugly.
Kind of. That's wild. In high speed, it doesn't look totally different on the fragmentation, but once it's expanded, all the water is thinner droplets, the chunks are smaller. It converted a lot more energy into it. That blew apart a lot more, like naked eye wise, kind of.
Yo, you see the video with the nope. You see the video with the dummy? It blows the dummy's head off.
Yes.
That's
yes,
ridiculous, man.
When I was growing up, all the guys up on Uwari up there, they had 30-06, and they had them fully automatic. I sit up in their tree stands and just shoot deer constantly.
Hey, here's did you guys know that this guy, Robert Kirk, Charlie Kirk's dad, right? He's let's see, Charlie Kirk's father, and he's an architect who was involved with the construction of Trump Tower. How about that? Well, just these people all just man, they're closer than a West Virginia family, ain't they? Holy shit. And now we got these bastards that all
Don't say it, even.
You hear about that? There was this old boy from up in the holler, and he got married, and He's supposed to be gone on his honeymoon, and he come home the next day. His parents were like, "What happened? I thought you were on your honeymoon." And he says, "Well," he says, "I got with her, and we were getting ready to have the honeymoon." And she said, for me to take it easy because it was her first time. And I thought, damn it, if she wasn't good enough for her own family, she ain't good enough for ours neither. Oh.
These inbreeding motherfuckers.
Nothing read about it at all.
That's what they are into.
So now we're going to talk about our own paid-for government. Now, this is Mark Rubio kissing the wall, and he proposed a bill that if anybody criticizes Israel, they should have their U.S. passport taken away. Yes, so if you question anything, you shouldn't be here anymore, which I don't know if they're going to give us first-class tickets or not, but let's go through it. And it's weird because Henry Ford wrote about this back about in the 1920s, and they considered his book anti-Semitic. And that term anti-Semitic or Nazi or fascist came from the communist regime so that they could brainwash people into believing that they were doing the wrong thing by questioning the narrative. And there's this little document, Protocols of Zion, from the Bolsheviks that talks about how they will use the government as pawns for their agenda. And it gets deeper when you find out that communists are Khazarians or Charzarians. And it's so weird that they don't want us questioning anything. Look at this. This guy made up the whole story about World War II, that he was in a camp, and even faked his tattoo. Did he get any money is the question? And it gets deeper when you find out that this whole situation. Don't question anything they say, because we're going to deport you. And people should question numbers about everything. I mean, there were books that kind of showed a little different story, but, those aren't talked about. I wonder why they don't want us questioning anything. Maybe this one? Involvement in transatlantic slavery. Wow, that really kind of changes the whole narrative of what I was taught as a kid. I don't know. I'm going to leave you with one last clip, and you can just kind of decide for yourself.
Europe has not yet learned how to be multicultural. And I think we're going to be part of the throes of that transformation, which must take place. Jews are going to be at the center of that. It's a huge transformation for Europe to make. They are now going into a multicultural mode, and Jews will be resented because of our leading role. But without that leading role and without that transformation, Europe will not survive.
Wow. Well, isn't the Monsanto family part of that slave trading thing too?
Monsanto, yeah.
Yeah, they brought slaves over from Africa, and they were run by the Rothschild family. They traded with them too, with all the major money makers around the shipping lanes and stuff. They would trade slaves into Europe and America too.
Yeah, there were ships. There were ships that they that were owned by them.
Yeah,
that they used.
So this guy here, I'm going to show, he's a Jewish Israeli intelligence officer. His name's Ari Ben Menash, and he confirms Netanyahu is blackmailing President Trump.
Shocker.
I believe that the American government is sort of trapped by the Israelis. Jeffrey Epstein is one of their tools to trap them.
And what do you think of Dershowitz's denial?
Hold on a second. I want to give you an example. Bill Clinton, President Bill Clinton, Ehud Barak met Arafat in the 90s, and there was no deal. The reason was Epstein. They were being blackmailed by Epstein. Ehud Barak was also a friend of Epstein, the prime minister of Israel at the time. But he was being blackmailed by the Israeli right wing as well. And they stopped an agreement with Arafat. They were about to reach an agreement there for a two-state solution, but that was stopped because of Epstein. They were both being blackmailed by Epstein.
And so Jeffrey Epstein, in a way, presumably being used as a tool by the Israelis, helped to change the course of history in this region I'm speaking to you from.
Of course, a change thing, and they trapped a number of U.S. presidents by using Jeffrey Epstein. And it wasn't only about sex, it was also the money issue. Where was the money coming from? But everything is stuck over Gaza. And I believe the Israelis have the American government captive due to what happens with Epstein, or what happened in the past with Epstein. Rupert Murdoch, newspaper, Wall Street Journal, put out that card or something, a birthday card Trump sent to Epstein. Where do you think they got it from? And I don't think Trump wants to continue this war or the genocide. I think it's the Israelis holding him back.
Given how much maverick power he has to create peace in South North Korea, in Palestine, in all these different places, one might ask, why do they need Jeffrey Epstein? Why can't they just assassinate Donald Trump? I know there's a lot of speculation. There has been that John F. Kennedy was assassinated with Israeli intelligence help. Why do they need things like Jeffrey Epstein?
Somebody tried to assassinate him, didn't they? Before the election. It doesn't always work. I'm not sure what's going to happen because, people look at these pictures of starving children all over the world, and there's a lot of pressure on these politicians to say enough, to tell them enough is enough. I'm not sure how far this will go. And I think the Israelis are committing harakiri on themselves, or by doing this, because eventually they will be stopped.
Now, that is where the GCC countries arguably can leverage financial power to replace AIPAC lobbying power, as it were. Do you believe that Trump can begin to leverage some of that Arab world, global South, BRICS world power to be able to end the genocide?
No, I believe that he can end the genocide right now if he just stops being scared of the Israelis. What are they going to say about him? How many girls did he abuse? How many billions of dollars he took? Let them say whatever they say. He should stop the genocide. Let them do whatever they want to do. Morality should take over. I encourage him.
But how does somebody who abuses children even have any fucking morality?
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Good question.
He's more worried about his own ass. He loves himself more than the country, more than anything. He thinks he's the greatest thing in the world, and he thinks you're supposed to think that too. He really does. He's full of himself, boy.
I want to know when people are going to understand they're all in bed with each other. It's not Israel trying to control the U.S. They're working with them, man. They're all in conglomerate together.
It's like that. You ever listen to that song "Dogs" by Pink Floyd? It's on the Animals album. You need to check that out.
Yeah.
Listen to it carefully.
Stop the genocide at any price.
Yeah.
Robert Maxwell was an incredibly intelligent man. He was trying to leverage things against the Israeli state, perhaps financial deals for his company. Look what happened to him. can't the Israelis every time tell Trump, you try and mess with us? Someone as clever, and people can look up Robert Maxwell's heroic wartime record, they can still kill you.
I can't comment about that, but I hope Donald Trump will have the interest of the United States and the Middle East at heart and do the right thing.
Sure he will.
What's the difference between Trump and Bush? That's my question. But okay.
Right.
They're part of the same party.
They
Well,
got
we're gonna
everybody
wind-
duped, man.
We're going to wind it up here in about the next 5 minutes or so because got to work in the morning, guys. Got to work in the morning.
I want to give you an interesting thought to go on. I went to it. NASA gave me a screenshot of the Earth from space, right? So I clicked on it. Now they gave me a JPEG to download, and I clicked on the download, and you know where it took me to? It took me to an OnlyFans site.
Of course it did. Yep.
Did you donate money immediately?
No.
All right. You're okay.
Yeah, thanks. Get on that list on the OnlyFans club, and then you're right there.
Hello, hey, we saw you were on OnlyFans. Yeah.
Like,
what were you doing over there, boy?
Is this an
Man, I
Arby's?
can't.
What is this, an Arby's commercial? Oh, wait, no, it's OnlyFans.
I came in at an odd time, odd conversation here.
What's up,
Nah, man.
It's the internet, man. It ain't me.
You're right. Well, good evening, guys. I heard it was shutting down in 5 minutes, so I
Been at all.
I'm lost. Yeah, I
you
just
don't-
wanted
you
to
don't-
say what's up, man.
You don't have
Just
to go
wanna-
home.
You remember in those text messages, just real quick, in those text messages supposedly from the shooter, he said that was a really unique rifle. That's not unique at all.
Oh, that looks modern.
And I'm looking at it and I'm like, I've got a 22 mag that looks exactly like that. Exactly. And that's
Walmart
not a
special.
$2,000 fucking scope. I'll tell you that right now. That is not a $2,000 scope.
I told
You
you,
know
I
what,
sent you
dude?
the websites of Mauser, so you saw the website of the modern
yeah,
Mausers.
yeah.
That's a modern Mauser.
Yeah.
That's not an old one.
You know what strikes me about that setup there, though, man, that big ass scope on that little pea shooter, and do
Pea
they know how
shooter?
much the
What
you know how
fuck are
much
you
the
talking
bullets?
about? Pea shooter. That's a 30-06, bro.
Yeah, it's pretty
Oh, it
heavy.
looked like. Oh no, okay. Well, it's the background that threw me off. Then it just looks smaller because I've shot a 30-06. Okay, it looks like a 30-30 or something, like
Even the 30-30,
20.
you could kill a buffalo. Why do you think they what when they hunt buffaloes? Yeah, they hunt
Yeah,
them with
it just looked.
30-30s.
Yeah, it looked. I don't know. The scope looked a lot bigger than the gun itself, and I was thinking it was like a 22 caliber or something.
It's got to penetrate an elephant skull, man. You got to think about that for a minute.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah,
a
it's all good.
30-06 right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my uncle used to hunt with 30-06.
Got a lot of energy because it's
Yeah,
a heavy,
boy.
heavy bullet, and it's got a lot of powder behind it.
Oof, that skin just ripped right off of it.
Uh-huh.
Well, they don't want any repercussions for anything they do at all, especially a scene like this. So they're gonna cover.
Well, they've
their
already
ass.
got it cleaned up, Roger. They've already got the fucking scene
Different on the
cleaned up.
fragmentation.
It's cleaned up. They started doing some construction there too.
Really?
Yeah, of course they did. Yeah.
Oh, suddenly they closed the whole place down and tore it all down. Sorry.
Sure.
Huh.
Damn Jews. Hey, I was curious. Did y'all see that little black thing attached to Charlie Kirk's shirt on his
Yeah.
right
They're saying
chest?
that
And then
that's a microphone.
oh man,
For YouTube,
that microphone went right through his neck. Whatever that microphone was.
The charge
Yeah.
said, the thing with his shirt too, there was a cord that was going to earpiece with his mic and all that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But
My
then-
buddy was showing
in that
the connection
link,
of.
listen, in that link I put in the chat earlier, I'll put it in again. Let me see if I can find it again. You'll see the whole. Let me see, where is it? It's just his whole the whole rig. You can actually see it down his shirt.
Yeah.
Yep, definitely a blood squib with central casting.
Yeah, it's got a pump in it. And
I think it had a pump on it, and it probably pumped that. You saw the way the blood gushed out like a fountain out of his neck.
Well, and they didn't have any, like the people carrying him, there was no blood trail. They didn't get no blood on their clothes, nothing. That would be like, if he had a pulse, that shit would be coming out, man.
Yeah, in the neck too. Come on, yeah.
And the blood didn't even look like it was staining his white shirt. So.
Hey, my buddy did a I could put the link in, but I'll make it quick. But my buddy, he was putting some pieces together about the guys in the background doing the hand signals. Well, they tied them to some Jewish central casting guys, and it was in a picture with 5 other guys. And you know that popular like he's an Army Ranger. His name is Jocko. Well, he was in a picture with Jocko, and he was it was an official White House picture, some kind of gathering they did years back. Yeah. So they were connecting the dots.
Yep.
I'm gonna put this in the chat again for anybody that missed it. Definitely go check that out.
I'll see it. I'll have to check it out.
I want to get to the live. Maybe it'll let me know. No, I don't know.
It's an X. Okay.
But yeah, that's a pretty good. It's a pretty good little breakdown video. It's only how long? About 4, almost 5 minutes long. Pretty good. Check it out. I guess anybody got any last words, and I'm going to shut her out, man. Oh, yeah, and I also thank Mikey for coming up and sharing his
that was great
with us. That was really cool. And remember, his link is in the description. Go ahead and go to it if you haven't already. Go over there, give him a subscribe, check out his videos, ask him any questions you might have. So, anybody got anything they want to add before we
Roger,
go?
you got anything going on, Roger?
Yeah, I got a show in about 30 minutes.
All right.
Okay, cool. So y'all head over to Roger Ledwell.
Yeah, man. I was trying to hang out with you last night, man, but it kept kicking me off. Restream or whatever program that was.
Yeah.
Are you on YouTube, Roger?
Yes,
or
I am.
Where you? Okay. Is that where I catch the live?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Good.
I got him on Rumble and YouTube.
Hey man, yeah,
Cool.
I'll try to jump in. Yep.
Yeah, I'll jump in. It's the same username on here.
Yeah, you can click there to get my channel.
Awesome.
Oh yeah, no, don't trust Whitey.
Yeah.
Get him on.
We'll see.
All right, guys.
We'll see you,
Everybody,
man.
thanks for coming up tonight. I want to remind everybody and thank everybody for coming into the chat tonight. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Be sure you're subbed to my backup channel, and as well as my Rumble channel. Links can be found on my page. They're also going across the bottom of the screen. If you like what you see, you want to help support the show, go ahead and donate if you'd like. You're not required to. We just like getting the truth out there as much as we can, at least our perspective on shit. So until then, don't forget, Lord loves a working man. Don't trust Whitey. See your doctor and get rid of him, because he'll probably kill you. And if you heard the shot, it probably wasn't meant for you. We'll see you next time. Sovereign Soul, Unchained Mind.